or call 402-323-8400.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Priced Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come with both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
A fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to JudsonIrrigation.com or call Judson Bylene 402-420-6277.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Husker Nation. Now is the time.
Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put them in the aisle.
Diving touchdown, Nebraska.
Does he have enough? Is it long enough?
He got it.
It's going to be tipped and caught. It's caught.
How many tackles can one man break?
He's to the 20. He's to the 10. He's on the way.
Totally unbelievable.
It's game day in Lincoln, America. And this is the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show.
Check this out.
The A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show is powered by Sunbelt Rentals, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Fuhrer's Cheese Spread.
Come on.
Get up and get loud, Husker fans. The A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show starts now.
Good afternoon. For the first time on a game day from our new studios at 1040 O Street, it is the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. He is Steve Sipple. I am Jake Sorensen. 3 hours from kickoff, Sip. Here we go.
1040 O Street. We got to remember that. We got to remember that address.
That's right. It's hard to forget that, really. 11th and O, the northwest corner. If you are new to the city or you're a fan, say, hey, where is location? 1040 O Street. 1040, 11th and O, northwest corner. You can't miss it. It's a wonderful spot. We can see all the people walking by in Lincoln. We've got plenty of people enjoying the mill coffee, enjoying our new space.
Right.
It's a wonderful time.
We got to get the word out. We got to continue to get the word out. The mill's up and running. They got fully staffed right now, and we're fully staffed right now.
We are fully staffed.
We're rolling in. Look at downtown. It's alive, vibrant, as you'd expect. Looks like it looks beautiful, like a beautiful game day, which it is.
Yes.
So here we are, Jake.
If you can help me out, listeners, 402-464-5685. You could shoot us a comment on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers text line, or if you can hear us, if we're out there. I believe we're on. I think we're good to go, but it just would help me out if those would text in 402-464-5685. Can you hear us? Are you pumped for game day, the first home game of the Matt Rule era in Lincoln, Nebraska?
Yeah, so we're still working out some kinks.
We are.
Like Rule's team. We're still working out some kinks, right?
Yeah.
That's what
we are. Yeah.
Like the
are we is the ticket Matt Rule? We're working out kinks? I think people are a little bit more patient with us than they are with Matt Rule. Understandably so, because our living is based off of the success of that football team.
Easy.
Pretty much, to a certain extent, right?
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah. No, we don't have a bunch of turnovers yet, but we're working out kinks just like Nebraska is. And probably, you know what, Jake? Probably we'll see them work out more kinks tonight. You know, I guess what I'm suggesting is there'll probably be more kinks.
Yeah.
Just hopefully not a bunch of turnovers.
No, as you can see, I'm wearing a decal pad. I've been called
Went to DeKalb.
Let's go back to the gist of why we have so much DeKalb stuff. Bill Bush, our colleague in the morning on early break, 6 to 8 a.m., quick plug for that, Monday to Friday. I did a game show months ago about college locations, and one of those was, where is Northern Illinois located at? And Bill knew it was DeKalb, and he said, by the way, I love DeKalb. Can you send us some DeKalb gear? And so Kathy Woody, our friend, brought us a bunch of hats, including this one, and then more DeKalb gear came from that. So that's what this all stems from Bill. Like everything usually when it comes to pandering and asking for things, it was usually Bill to some extent, which is fine. We love Bill. Bill's great. And by the way, we are sounding good. The stream's working. The FM's working. So thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, please comment there as well. I can see you on the YouTube stream in terms of the people watching. You can shoot us a comment saying your score prediction, your thoughts today in general.
Can I say that it was an interesting choice for you to wear DeKalb today on your
thought
head,
about it
on your dome?
So when we I played golf this morning.
Yes, you did.
I had a different hat on.
You did.
I had a red shirt on. I changed shirts to our ticket polo for this.
You look good.
And I picked out my DeKalb hat this morning, saying that goes well. I love DeKalb. I get here and I see my cousin.
Yeah.
So my cousin is a Husky and Husker alum. He went to undergrad at Northern Illinois. Okay. He went to he got his master's from Nebraska.
I'll be damned.
And I see him like, oh crap, DeKalb. I'm wearing a DeKalb hat, but it's too late to change now. I'm not changing hats.
You don't have to have a hat on.
I have to have.
What? You don't.
I need to have a hat on.
You just got a haircut.
I'm nearly bald. Okay, let's put facts to fact. I'm nearly bald. I need a hat on at all times.
I am nearly bald, and I don't have a cap, and I will not wear one.
You should have a cap on. Just saying. Yesterday, we had our first show from the studio, and I couldn't get this camera working, so we had that camera going, which was showing always was your head and the baldness that it has, which is fine at 57 years old. It's fine to have baldness. At 32, it's a little more embarrassing than 57.
I was losing it at 32 too. Not like
so. You're saying it's pretty much held the same for the last 25 years. That's comforting to me to a certain extent.
I was just going to say, hopefully, that's what you'll experience, because it's true, Jake. When I got to say, in my late 20s. Early 30s, it was falling out in clumps. Like it was it was on my pillow visibly. It was in the drain of after I take a shower, and I thought, oh my God, this is unbelievable. It's all coming out, and then it stopped.
It just stopped.
At
what age was this?
It stopped at about age 30.
Age 30.
It's been the same for 27 years.
Okay, that's comforting to me. Then that's comforting.
Yeah.
Someone said, I can hear you, Jake. I hear you guys loud and clear. I hear you, Go Big Red. Listening live from Iowa City right now.
Right. All right, and maybe watching the Hawkeyes.
Hopefully, cheering against the Hawkeyes right now.
He can cheer for the Hawkeyes.
Speaking of the Hawkeye State, Ohio beat Iowa State 10-7 today. Some early results in college football.
Yeah, that I was telling you off air. I was, doing what a lot of sports fans do. I was flipping around games, but I did hear the commentator for that game say the words, and this was Ohio's defensive line against Iowa State's offensive line. He said the words, and you never want to hear this as a Power 5 program playing a non-Power 5. Ohio is manhandling Iowa State's offensive line.
Oh, boy.
Ohio is manhandling Iowa State's offensive line.
Now, sometimes Michigan will refer to Ohio State as Ohio, which is understandable if they're manhandling you. But if it's the actual Bobcats of Frank Solich's old stomping grounds of Athens, Ohio, that's a problem as a Big 12 team.
That's a problem for Matt Campbell. Baby.
It is.
I mean, the shine is off Campbell. It's off.
We've discussed many times on the air that he missed his window. Matt Campbell's it was very bright, and he thought maybe USC would want him, maybe that Nebraska would want him, that maybe the NFL would come calling. And now you've got problems with gambling in his program. The team is not very good. Mm-hmm. The defense is pretty good. Yeah. They played good defense this year so far, but their offense is horrible.
They just scored 7 on Ohio. Now
7.
Campbell definitely was wanted by USC. Now it changed the way I understand that. He thought he had the USC job and it was a late hire. Lincoln Riley was late hire, and it changed late to Lincoln Riley.
Yep,
and that
good choice. By the way, good choice, USC. Right. Well done.
Yeah, the way I understand it, Jake, is that took Campbell by surprise. He thought he had the job. He thought he had the USC job. But yeah, now you're right. That's a good way to put it. he missed his window.
Well, think about if you're a Trojan fan, you think, thank God they missed the window with Matt Campbell.
Yeah.
Thank God he's stuck in Ames now. I mean, he
Seems like it.
he could go to the back of the MAC eventually if he wanted to. He came from Toledo there.
Ball back.
But you're talking about the ultimate just fall from grace and a guy who thought he had it figured out, and they are just not very good.
No.
And with the scandal on top of it with the gambling stuff at Iowa State and Iowa.
On the other side of it, a team that I think, Jake, and I didn't watch a ton of game. Well, it's only what time? It's 3:11. But I think today you might have saw Wisconsin sort of find its legs.
But late. So Wisconsin trailed 14-7 to Georgia Southern. Now, here's the sad part. So, again, they win the game 35-14. They win going away.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching this game on the golf course. I had a TV on the game the whole time.
How'd that happen?
Because the guy played – no, and it was pretty cool. He had an actual screen in the golf cart with the battery powering it. It was awesome.
You're kidding me.
So, Wisconsin is +3 in turnovers at halftime.
Yes. They're +3.
+3. They
Yeah.
had 3 interceptions
Right.
of Georgia Southern.
And it's tied.
And it was 7-7.
Yeah.
Then they're down 14-7 in the second half.
And then
Here we go. This, for some reason, like you thought they might all along, they started running the football.
Yeah, they put
with
their hammer
Braylon Allen.
Yeah.
I told you last week, I'm watching this game. They lost to Washington State last week.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, I think in the second quarter or third quarter, Braylon Allen had 4 carries for 7 yards. I'm like, what are you doing? You have one of the best running backs in not just the conference, in the country.
Right.
He's had 4 carries
That's ridiculous.
for 7 yards. That is just corruptness there.
Yeah, I don't have his final stats today, but he ran wild in the second half. He looked great in the second half. As you know, Malusi, that combination, as you know, I think people figured coming in of Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi is a great combination.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
Great
know.
1-2 punch.
Yeah, I don't know what they ended up with today, but they look good in the second half. And when I say found their legs, they haven't looked good this year, Wisconsin. But in the second half, they look good. It's like, Jake, it's like they said, all right, we got to start playing. I mean,
stop toying with your food.
Yeah. Now, Bill, our co-host,
Mm-hmm.
Bill Bush, longtime assistant coach, longtime coach, said the other day, it's hard just to push a button and say, all right, we're going to go now. But it almost looked like Wisconsin did that.
So, final stats for the rushing game for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Now, they had a great rushing performance in the second half against Buffalo, week 1 also, not last week. They do rush 38 times for 207 yards.
Not bad.
5.4 yards a pop. They did have 5 rushing touchdowns.
That's
all
pretty
the
good.
touchdowns were rushing. Braylon Allen had 12 carries for 94 yards, a long of 32.
Okay.
Malusi, 15. He had more carries. Malusi had 15 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. Mordecai had 7 for 36 and 2 touchdowns. His first score, by the way, if you watch this, was a botched snap. It was 3rd and goal from the 2. They were going to give it to Braylon Allen. It was shotgun snap. Mordecai fumbles the snap. Allen goes to pick it up, doesn't get it. Mordecai gets it and walks in for a touchdown on 3rd and goal from the 2.
That first touchdown?
Their first touchdown.
Okay. Well, Wisconsin got it done. Nebraska will try to get it done, Jake, today at 6 o'clock.
6 p.m. for a kickoff for Nebraska against Northern Illinois. Huskers are 11-point favorites
Look,
right
it's
now.
the Chef Matt.
Is this Matt?
Yeah.
This is Matt?
Yeah.
Yes, Matt.
Yeah, it's Chef Matt.
Chef Matt's in the house.
Yeah, and I don't know what he has.
I'm seeing a
but
bunch
he has
of these
something.
cookies here.
Yeah, and they're welcome.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Matthew, we're just setting the scene here. Matthew's a great chef.
He is.
And he just brought in chocolate chip cookies. And what are these? Snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle cookies and chocolate chip cookies, homemade from Matthew, who has his own business going now, right?
Oh, you do? I do. How do we make that work?
Yeah, just watch the website.
Here, hop on that.
Oh, yeah.
Hop on the microphone there.
Come
Hop
over
on
here,
that
Matthew.
mic.
Come over here.
We have a special guest again. We are at the new location, 1040 O Street, 11th and O. Matthew, the official chef of the Drive, is here, but he's also the chef of the station to a certain extent. And he has a new business. Matthew, welcome to the new studio.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your business.
It is nice.
Your business.
Yeah, what do you got going on? What's the website? How can people find you?
Yeah, so it's chefmattney.com.
How do you spell Nay?
So MATTNEHE.
Nehe. The last name to spell Nay.
You got it.
MattNey.com.
You got it.
Say it one more time.
Matt Nay.
Chef Matt Ney.
Chef. Okay, so ChefMattNehe.com.
Jake and I will both vouch for Matt. He brings food.
Oh,
He'll bring
good.
breakfast to the ticket.
That's soft, Mickey, it's soft.
Okay, the cookies.
hard.
Good. I'm talking about breakfast right now, Jake.
I mean, my cookies. It was good.
Yeah, these are ridiculous. The breakfasts are something you'd find at like a high-end restaurant or a high-end hotel.
With your pinky up.
Yeah.
In a good way. Like, that good.
Yeah, they're it's not
That's
just
good.
basic breakfast.
No.
They're like, I don't know. There's all kinds of different dishes that are really good. We have friends outside.
Nice. We got friends outside here at O Street. This is great. We can see all the people walking by on game day.
Matt's here with cookies.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming, by the way.
Absolutely.
Are you going to, now what's your game plan tonight? You going to watch the game?
Oh, absolutely.
You watch it live or you going home?
We're going to go home and watch it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I can't
We
stop
got
eating those
got the
cookies.
family
Delicious.
back here, all the kiddos and grandparents, and we're going to go home and watch the game and cheer for Husker win.
Well, we'll get you some publicity on your cooking
I
because
appreciate that.
because
Chef matinee.
it's real.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
real.
Well, thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
Thank you so
Enjoy
much.
it.
Thanks.
I needed a little bit of a
Yep.
boost here. So,
So
the
did
cookies
I. I
are
was
good.
starving. I've eaten like nothing today. So thank you, Matt. Appreciate
bless you,
that.
Matt.
Again, yeah, that's what we do. When people come by and they bring gifts, they bring food.
Yeah,
It's not just hats, it's now food, which is great.
we're down here at
1040 O Street, which is known as 11th and O, the northwest corner of 11th and O.
and people.
And by the way, look behind us. It's a full house. We got a lot of people here today. We have a lot of friends, family, a lot of listeners of the ticket. They're all family. They're all family for
It's
us.
fun. It's going to be fun down here, and on game days it'll be really fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. I want to ask you, because we have a few minutes left.
All right, we
before I
better
pass it
get
off.
to some
And
Huskers.
we will have DP and Jay Foreman following us, by the way, in the pregame show. The A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. A1 Automotive, always honest answers at 11th and L, just down the street from us. 11th and L, Kendall and the team at A1 Automotive are sponsors of our pregame show. So it appears it will be Heinrich Harburg tonight.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think we'll see Jeff Sims.
All right.
For Husker fans out there that they want to get this monkey off their back of this 0-2 start and the woe is me about, God, this is just, it's always just crippling losses in terrible ways. You said yesterday on the show you're hoping for a close game.
Well, I think
mean
it would
that?
help him. I mean, from this standpoint, Jake, I think it would help Heinrich Harburg's development as a player if this isn't just an easy roll through a bad team. I hope that Northern Illinois gives Nebraska a run tonight and gives Heinrich Harburg a reason to sweat and fret a little bit, because that's going to make him better. It's going to make him better. I hope that he has to, in the third quarter, complete some passes with some pressure on him. Not just pressure from Northern Illinois, but pressure to perform. Yeah. I think that'll help him. I think he needs it. I think everybody needs it. Hey, come on, Nebraska.
Does Nebraska need a close game, really?
Yeah.
They don't. They have all the close games in the world. They're 2-14.
They're not going to. How often do you
they're-
think this team's going to sprint away from people?
They're not, but I would say do it when you can. If you can.
The last thing this team needs is to get a false sense of security.
They need to have some confidence, though.
That's
And you know
true.
what? A blowout win would do that. Because, by the way, I'm not sure you saw
You're right
this.
about that. I mean, I'll give you that. Confidence. Now, here's
They
the
need
thing, though.
something here.
Here's the thing, Jake.
Uh-huh.
We always do this, and I do it too. I mean, I think we all do it. We assume they're not confident. I don't know. They might be. Their confidence might be okay. You know, I mean,
could
I'm
be.
not saying that Heinrich Harburg doesn't have confidence. I just think it will help his development to get tested.
Well, let me tell you something right now.
Go ahead.
Do you recall who Nebraska's opponent tonight, Northern Illinois, played week 1? Who'd they play week 1?
At Boston College.
Did they win or lose that
They
game?
won that game.
Do you know what happened today with Boston College?
No.
They did lose, but they lost by 2 at home to Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
31-29.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State, who's been a wagon through 2 games,
Right.
goes to Boston College and wins by 2. They won by 2.
Yeah, Jordan Travis got hurt in that game.
Okay.
But anyway. No, I see what you're saying.
This team, Boston College, lost to Northern Illinois and nearly beat the third-ranked team in the country today.
I'm expecting a game tonight. Not a walkover for Nebraska. I'm not expecting them to. I mean, it could end up to look sort of one side. It could be like a 30-13 at the end.
I would take it. Sign me up.
Right.
Sign me up.
I'm not
please.
saying I wouldn't sign up for that, but I'm just saying I don't think it's going to be an easy road to 30-13 if that's what it is.
I agree with that.
Okay. That's good. I think that's fine. Because I don't think this is the kind of team that is going to have games where they can relax very much. So I don't know.
Do you want to know why I was laughing a little bit ago?
I was wondering.
You might be able to figure this out. You made a proclamation on the airwaves yesterday that you would never eat. You would never eat anything in the studio.
I said a donut. Kid. I said a donut. I know exactly.
As the YouTube is saying here, didn't Sip say I was not eating on air again and cutting down sugar? LOL.
No,
and Ron says yes, he made it one full day. That's it.
Hold on. These are not donuts.
You said you wouldn't eat anything.
No, I'm trying. I got to dig myself out here quick, Jake. Those are not donuts. And what am I supposed to do? Matt brings them in.
You were in a tough situation there.
Yeah, Matt is a friend of ours, and I don't want to disappoint him. He's starting up a business.
Yeah, because you can't say, "Hey, Matt, this looks good," but I made a proclamation. Right. I can't eat in the studio. Right. You can't do that.
Okay.
So can we give him a sidebar here, like an asterisk about, "Hey, this is acceptable,"
or just give me a pass. The pass being this is not our regular morning show. Okay. Special occasion.
Especially take a tailgate pregame show.
Matt was kind enough, a friend of ours, to bring in cookies that I think it would have been rude.
It would have been rude. It would have been rude
for me to say, Matt, I can't.
Listen, I made a proclamation here. I can't do it.
He's the friendliest guy in the world, too.
Very nice.
So I think I'm going to get a pass out of this.
Okay.
Would Bill give me a pass?
I think you would. Before we go and pass it off to DP and J, did you put out an official prediction on Husker Online for your score this
did.
week?
I did think I said something along the lines of 30-13, 31-13, something like that.
But not a comfortable 31.
No, I don't think it'll be comfortable. I don't think this will be a comfortable game.
I agree. I can't see it ever being comfortable. Yeah. I mean, I can't see
They got too much to work out offensively, Nebraska. I think now here's the thing, the defense. Now I might even have said 31-18. I could see a situation where Northern Illinois scores 12 or fewer, and that would be great. I just received a text before we go. Was that Bill?
No, from Eric, our IT guy, the engineer man who made this thing.
Now what?
He says this. Am
I not talking to the right microphone?
He says, "No passes. I will kill you guys if you spill anything in that room." Eric,
I think he's serious.
I appreciate it. He really will.
I mean, about the kill part.
I will find you. This is Liam Neeson. I will find you and I will kill you. Basically,
there's no liquid in here.
Eric, this is just food, Eric. It's not liquid. It's food. If this turns into liquid, something went terribly wrong.
Cookies turn to liquid. Liquid cookies.
That's not good. This state needs a comfortable win. We're so on edge.
Oh, come on,
we want to give the new coach a pass as it gets fine.
Calm down.
But it's
Jake,
okay.
Just calm down.
This has been the beginning segment of the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Up next, Jay Foreman and DP are in the house live from our new studios at 11th and O, 1040 O Street on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Accelerate your financial journey. With Kasasa Cash, experience the thrill of earning more with each transaction or the freedom to withdraw your cash from any ATM nationwide. Not to mention, no monthly service fees. It's the power of earning up to 5.5% APY on your Kasasa Cash with Liberty First Credit Union. Earn rewards beginning at a penny, continuing up to $40,000. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to judsonirrigation.com or call Judson Bylene 402-420-6277.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Sunbelt Rentals.
Here we are, A1 Automotive Pregame Show. Jay Foreman and DP were brought to you by Sunbelt Rentals. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators, and much, much more. Sunbelt Rentals can make it easy to get what you need to get done. SunbeltRentals.com. DP?
Sersky.
Yes, sir. We are, let's see, if it's 3:25, we're about 2.5 hours away. Almost 2 hours and probably, what?
37
minutes?
Yeah. 6:07 kickoff.
Heinrich, the coming out party of Tim Tebow 2.0 via Nebraska version. Heinrich Hardberg, H2.
We go see Chopper too, I think.
Yeah, but Heinrich Hardberg is coming out first. So what do you expect? What do you want to see from him to give you some confidence, whether moving forward, either he's, getting reps or getting series, or make you feel comfortable about in the future?
Line up fullback, two tights.
No, from Heinrich.
Yeah,
Hardberg.
yeah. I need for him. First of all, I need him to walk, get in that first huddle, own it.
Yeah,
own it. If it was possible, if it was politically correct, I need for him to pee on the socks of every player in the huddle. Let him know this is my huddle.
Yeah,
this is mine. This belongs to me. I'm built for this.
Right.
Call that dive play. Look, send a hammer.
Right.
Send another hammer, and then you know what? You set up. Let him pull it. Let him go around in upfield for about 18 yards. Fist pump.
Right.
Point the first down. Get back a huddle.
Right.
Say I told you.
Yeah, I think for him, if you can get him into the game early, and sometimes it's like getting your first hit. I've been there in my first start where you're so nervous because you want to do so well. Sometimes you could be looking like you're playing in quicksand. I think the biggest thing for him, my message would be we don't need you to win the game. What we need you to do is not play and lose us the game. Play winning football. We don't need you to win the game, but we need you to play winning football. Now, what is that, right? Have 100 control and mastery of the huddle, even if you are messing up. That's going to breathe confidence to everybody, and then they're going to go the extra mile for you. Number one. Number two is the pace of play, right? Play within your pace, right? And that's in and out of the huddle, how you're getting the calls, be 100% confident, and then just go with what you see. You've been trained. You've been around here enough. Yes, the offense is a little bit different, but the coverages are about the same. So if you need to, if you have a certain zone coverage, you got to go to check down. Look, tight ends, running backs, or whatever the hot route is, use it. Keep the chains moving, making sure that you're also continue to talk to your linemen because they're not used to your cadence, right? And so, and the cadence is different even when he's calling plays because how he called the octaves up and down, that's huge. Now you have a week going on, but still, those are things that you constantly got to check in with your offensive linemen. Say, hey, listen, we're going on second sound here. I'm a little bit longer here. This is the stuff you need to do. This is experience that he needs to be 100% gassed after this game, mentally, physically, spiritually, because number one is new to him. Number two, you have to go the extra mile to kind of put your handprint on this offense because if the game goes the way it should be, obviously Nebraska wins, and he does decent. Do not think that the coaches aren't going to ask the players, how was he? Do you see a future with him? It's not going to be a fan vote because the guys that are going to know the most is the guys that are in the trenches with him. So that's what he has to do. And then, he's got to make winning plays. This isn't, there's not a lot of first of all, let me before we get started, we're not that good of a running team to think that we're going to just be able to line up and run it for 80 yards, right? For 4 quarters. So he's going to have to throw the ball. But you're going to have to play quarterback, pitch and catch.
Well,
and who can get open. Billy Kemp can catch. Borkacher can catch. Ramir can catch out of the backfield. Those are the guys that when I'm in the locker room, we're having conversations. I need you today.
Well, they need to have conversations in the huddle. They need to have conversations on the sideline when they come back.
During the series of what'd you see?
Right, but it's the message is simple for Hardberg and quarterbacks in this situation. Is always listen. Take a deep breath. Smile at me.
Yeah.
And tell me you know everything I'm asking for.
Right.
I'm not going to ask you to do anything today that you haven't done 100 times.
Right.
I'm not asking you to make a throw that you haven't made. I'm not asking you to make a run decision that you haven't made. follow your reads, follow your responsibilities, and be accountable.
Right.
Right? Like, that's simple. Like, you know what? I'm going to give you 3 easy throws that you can make all day. Right? Take the layup. Take the layup. And often that's clean window on the hash, inside the hash to your tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Clean window off the hash to your slot receiver. Out of the backfield, Ramir with the good hands and nice run after catch. Don't give my football away. There's only one. It's like, Jay, just would tell him, I'm giving you football.
Right.
I don't want it back until official give it to me after we score. Right? Like that's the message. Like that's the message.
Yeah, it's got to be that. And then also I think, with the, I know, look, the 99.9% of the attention is going to be on Heinrich Haarberg because it's something that he's going to start, and then possibly Chubba Purdy playing. But let's not just gloss over that the special teams need to have a bounce back week this week.
Mm-hmm.
The punter and the kicker need to punt and kick a lot better. We had a really, good first week in the return game. We need to get something going against these guys to give him the momentum. This has got to be a team win. The defense has to continue to play well. And Northern Illinois does, even though their quarterback has 3 interceptions, they do pose problems because they have 2 guys that they can go to, and they have 3 receivers in their yards per catch that's over 14 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting separation or they're scheming separation. So what they're going to do is probably try to slow down Cam Linhart and Buddha and all them to the point to where they're second guessing themselves in zone and man coverage and try to manufacture explosive plays. So, it's going to take a team effort. And, I would throw him out there first because I want to get hit all the nervous energy. I don't want him thinking any more than he already has for the last 4 or 5 days.
Well, what was it? Meat? Nuke Lelouch? Don't think it can only hurt the ball club.
Yeah.
Like, look, just make plays.
Yeah.
Like, don't think, look, he's good enough. He's good enough.
Right.
And just do what you have practiced.
Yeah, it's no different.
Like, keep the same message becomes loud and clear.
Mm-hmm.
You want that to be the voice. Do what you know how to do. Like in this business, we say, talk about what you know.
Yeah.
Out there playing quarterback at Nebraska, you know what? Take yourself back to high school. And the last time you started a game in the state of Nebraska.
Right.
Right? Remember how you played that day? That's what we want. Same decision, same speed, play fast, but play smart.
Yeah, not in a hurry. So coaching is going to be crucial, whether it's Satterfield, Rule, combination of people. They're going to have to be in both the quarterbacks' heads, and then obviously the offensive line has got to step way up today. And they got a good defensive front, so you're going to be tested. And doesn't get any easier. It's not going to be some cakewalk. I'd be very surprised that it's a blowout. You got 2 teams that are trying to get right? Where you got Northern Illinois feels like they gave one away in a rivalry game against Southern Illinois, and they didn't play well, especially offensively. Had a lot of yards but turnovers. And then you got Nebraska that feels like they gave away at least 1 or 2 games.
Well, yeah, so we had the opportunity. We were hanging out this morning, and some Northern Illinois players walked by, and so we waved them in. They came on in and sat with us. And there is a chill to these young men. Comfortable in who they are, comfortable in what they're doing, not really amped. As he said, the message from their coaches, don't get too high, don't get too low today. I don't need you. Whatever way you process. But we don't want you to get too high or too low before kickoff. Just if you walk around town, look, there's a whole team of them on scooters, hanging out, chilling, riding through Lincoln. That should be the way the Huskers play the game today. Look, there's 90,000 strong.
Right.
The energy is why you chose Nebraska and what you came for when you come out the tunnel. But once the whistle blows and the kickoff happens, be where your cleats are.
Right.
Be where your cleats are. Play for that and not anything else.
Yeah, it's going to be huge, man. I think it's a great opportunity though to show some growth. Right. You got embarrassed. Come back the next week and redeem yourself. So we're going to see, what they're made of. And the leadership guys are going to have to step up, whether it's single digits or guys that are the captains on the team.
Yeah, it's special in the space, Jay. I mean, because for a lot of these folks, this is the first dance. Like, this is the first dance. You in front of 90,000. Jeff Sims has never seen this. Billy Kemp has never seen this, not even where he was. Right? Yeah. This is a big dang do.
Yeah.
And the crowd is sitting here to be won. Here's what I can say about the crowd today. Jay, they came, they trying to celebrate today. They need to celebrate today. It's an opportunity to rebrand the entire program. You can change your season. You can change your career. Heinrich Haarberg can change his career today. He can stake a claim to the position as his and look at, you know what, there's a young dude that's coming. Haarberg ownership would say 9/10 of the law.
Yep.
You have the job. Even for Jeff Sims. Today, Haarberg has the job. And if he plays well enough, it's his job.
Yeah, he's going to give a lot of people something to talk about. He plays well. So I'm interested to see. But that's a good pregame show. We're going to turn it over to who's next? VJ in the black shirt, Farley.
Yeah, Farley is here. I don't see the black shirt, but that don't mean he ain't here.
Yeah. So VJ should
Nick's
be here. Yeah.
Nick's here.
Yeah.
We're
going to head to break and let them take over, and then watch it. Hopefully the Huskers destroy the what are they? Northern Illinois Huskies. So
Huskies.
It's on and popping here. First pregame show here from 937 The Ticket, 1040 O Street. We are out.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
For many Nebraskans, fall means cooler weather and longer days that include running kids around, cheering for your favorite teams, and long days at work. The hours on your feet can really add up and give unnecessary pain and discomfort. At Fleet Feet Lincoln, they help find the shoes and inserts you need with their Fit ID machine, which takes a 3D image of your feet. If you're having trouble finding the right fit, visit Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77th and Pioneers.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador.
Welcome to the Captain Show 93.7. Oh my goodness, it's not the Captain Show, it's game day. 6 o'clock, we are getting ready to do battle with Northern Illinois University. And I can tell you right now, the atmosphere is absolutely amazing. People are starting to roll in. It's 6 o'clock game, so people will be nice and sauced up, ready to go. I have with me to my right, the black shirt, Terrell Farley. To the right of him is none other than Toby Wright, progenitor of all of our championships and the guy who went on to play in the NFL for more than 9-10 years. And we also have Nick. The ultimate Nick.
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, Nick? In the building. Listen, big game. I start with you, Nick. I move around the room from you. What do you want to see? Can we beat this Northern Illinois football team?
I'll say yes, but before we go deep, we gotta make sure we shout out our sponsor of this segment, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate. So make sure we shout out Ben Bleicher. Huge thanks to them for their support. Yes, VJ, Terrell, we can win this game. Nebraska can win and will win. They will cover, actually, the 13-point spread. I think Nebraska starts to actually run away with this one tonight.
Toby, can we win this game?
Absolutely. Long overdue already. So it'll be exciting to watch, and I'll be on hand.
Black shirt?
Of course. You know, I'm kind of excited for the black shirts because this is a shutout game. If you can play it right, you can get a shutout on this game. This gives the offense the opportunity to pound their running game, to give Hubbard a chance to get experience in the game, and especially his first start over Chubba Purdy. So it's kind of exciting to see what this young man is going to do, what kind of formations they're going to run. Are we going to see the old throwback option run? Are we going to see the fullback handoff in this run set? It's going to be an exciting game, but unfortunately, I'm going to be on the couch watching it at home.
You're not going to the game, though?
No, I'm going to cook some food and watch the game.
Oh, dang. Exactly what I said before. I never give predictions on games anymore just because I feel like the team that shows up makes the less mistakes.
Nebraska, 28-3.
Good job. The team that does not turn the ball over, that does not make undisciplined plays will win the game. And I hope that is us. Because if we do that, if we play undisciplined football, don't turn the ball over and play a power run game, I think this game could be over in the first quarter.
Yeah, you're right.
Nick?
Yes, sir.
I know we know Heinrich Harburg is going to start the game. What type of offense do you think we're going to run?
It's got to be on the ground, right? This is a game where we sit there at the end of the third quarter, and even if it's not a blowout on the scoreboard, it feels like a blowout. I mean, you guys know what that's like. I mean, to where it's hey, we're not up maybe by 30 plus points, but a 21-7 lead it feels pretty secure because you're able to run the ball pretty effectively throughout the first three quarters. Now, it's also stick with it, right? Last week we saw against Colorado, Nebraska ran the ball relatively well in the traditional run game through the first half. 14 carries for Gabe Ervin in that first half and over 65 yards. If that's the case, stick with it, right? And do what's working. There's no reason to complicate it today, especially against Northern Illinois.
Toby Wright, you played here. You played great here when you were here, 1992, 93. But you went on to play in the NFL. Your son, Javen Wright, will get the start. Tell me, I don't know if he'll get the start or not, but he'll be playing in a lot. What is something that you could tell him, if you could talk to him right now, what would you tell him going into this game, knowing that they're 0-2 start and this is a huge game at home?
Well, just like I was telling him about what it takes, I mean, fire, energy, playing the game at the top of its level, realizing that rather it's Northern Illinois or Penn State, or rather not, it was last week, taking this bull by the horns to give it all that you have. Guess what? Trying to make it happen. I know Uncle V said something. Make sure you transcend with everybody else. So be out there screaming, giving that energy to other people, because we sat and watched a lethargic team not follow through and fight play after play. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm excited. I'm excited to see the fight and the play-by-play, moment by moment.
Terrell, the black shirts have been in a lot of conversation as far as them being the strong part of this football team. When you look at this black shirt football team, what are some keys to victory and us making sure that we continue in the trend that we started this first two games?
Well, I just tell them to continue what you're doing on your rush defense, pass defense. Let's tighten up a little bit. But this group is exciting. 8 sacks last week and a tough loss to Colorado. We're getting pressure. I think some things we need to do work on is getting off the field on third down, being able to put pressure on the quarterback on third down and not let him sit back there and have all day. That was some of the things that kind of caught my eye against Colorado. But you want to get off the field on third down. I know you guys work hard on first and down, but on 3rd and 8, you got to secure that bag. You got to secure and make sure they punt it. You got to make sure they get out there and they do things that need to be done on the football field.
Special teams, we haven't scored a touchdown in special teams as far as on kick return, punt return in a long time. To me, this would be a great game, a great day to be able to score on special teams. Nick, special teams, how well will it be on special teams? You said Coach Brown.
Yes.
Just walk by?
He's walking right there.
Oh, there he is. Coach, he's supposed to be on the sideline. There he is.
Oh,
he's right over there.
He walks to the game.
Yeah, there he is. There he is.
You finna go get it.
Yeah,
Go
there goes VJ.
Go
but once again, I mean, what I'll say about special teams, guys, because I think it's important here. One thing about special teams is we saw the spark it can provide in a game. We saw it week 1 against Minnesota when Nebraska and Ramir Johnson had that 65-yard return to start the second half against the Golden Gophers. That actually led to their first touchdown of the game, right? But then also we saw it last week on where bad special teams can really put your defense in a bind. Brian Buschini needs to have a much better game punting the ball today And let's hope Nebraska makes some sparks happen in the return game, whether it's kick return or punt return.
Well, I'm more excited about the kick return because, like I said, I seen Ramir almost take one to the house against Minnesota. So it makes you wonder, this is not a team. This UNL team is not a team that we can afford to, just say it's going to be an easy day. Hopefully special teams can spark that punt return. Hope that Billy Kemp can really break one back. There's been a long time since we had a punt return, but kickoff return, very excited about that because now they running it back instead of just bringing it out, and it's proven to be positive for this team because now we're getting on the other side of their field, and it's great field position for us. Toby?
Absolutely. For me, it's just to be able to see all the things that happened from last week and the week before that, is to see the corrections, man, and for them to be able to tidy up their ship. So then the things that were hindering us so early from these games here, to see that we've conquered it and went past it. So, like I said, I don't think it's a good look if we got to repeat the same issues that we actually have of job ball security, being able to play at the top level, executions, defense. What you said, third down, right? Black shirt. So at the end of the day, just seeing us polish up and know where we're going and trying to get there fast.
All right. Now, Nick.
Yes, sir.
Breakout players of the game. Give me 2 on offense. Man. Give me 2 on defense.
I think this game matches up, especially if Heinrich Harburg ends up being the starter. I think this game matches up really well for Thomas Fidone or maybe even a Nate Borgacher, one of the tight ends. I think there's one. The next one I think is Gabe Ervin, right? We saw a little bit of him last week against Colorado. We've seen bits and pieces of him in the first 2 games. This is the game where he crosses that century mark, I think, or at least maybe we even see Anthony Grant start to rebuild that process of gaining the trust back of the coaches that he can handle the ball in the game.
Toby, 2 players on offense. Well, you give me 2 offenses, Nick. Give me 2 defenses.
Oh, okay. Sorry. 2 defense. Let's go. I think this is another. We see the evolution of Cam Lenhart really come even bigger today. I think one thing that I will note, guys, when Northern Illinois beat Boston College, Boston College had 0 sacks in that game. They didn't get to the quarterback. Nebraska's going to have to get to the quarterback today if they want to win this game and win it the way they should win it, right? So that's something to definitely take note of. And then I think the secondary, and whether that's a Malcolm Hartzog, who hasn't been necessarily as maybe bright as we thought he was going to be after the good freshman year, but maybe we also see an Omar Brown really take hold of that safety position as well, guys.
All right, Captain, give me 1 offensive player and 1 defensive player, breakout player for the game, you think?
I really like to see anybody in that running back room step up, and get the ball 20 times a game, be able to put a 100-yard game together, maybe a couple touchdowns. I like to see Hydra, and I know I'm giving you 2 on offense, but because I have to. I think we only go if Heinrich Harburg goes, we go. And I think he has to manage the game very successfully in order for us to win this football game. Defensively, it's going to start with me. I want to see Cam Lenhart do his thing. I want to see that kid do what I saw him do against Colorado. I think the X factor is Javen Wright. I think he has been close in the Colorado game on making some spectacular plays on 3 or 4 occasions. I think now it's time for him to really make those plays that he's been close on. And I think you have to have playmakers across the board on offense and defense and also special teams in order for us to win this ball game.
Toby.
Absolutely. Well, I just think overall, and for mine, is not just to complete the details is everything. But when we're looking at, I think right now, our quarterback situation, I think from the start that we go, I think he needs a complete behavioral change. I think for him to line up there and be more confident in what he's doing, to get him to be more of a leader out there on the field and alleviate the mistakes, yes? But at the end of the day, I think our wide receivers, no one has stepped up on that virtue. So I'm looking for that to happen. I'm looking for overall for the mistakes that was made the last 2 weeks, for those to be brushed up and we can actually see someone's learning and it means something to them.
All right.
What I'll say, guys, right before the break, here's something I really want to see over the course of the 4 quarters tonight. Takeaways.
Yes.
Not the other team turning it over. Nebraska taking it away. right? Because think about the games that Nebraska's played in where they've had their turnovers. We know Nebraska's offense, a -6 turnover margin this season. We know all of those statistics, but not many of those are takeaways. A lot of those are turnovers where it's not catching the snap, fumbling the snap, fumbling the handoff. It's your own mistakes. Nebraska defense, I want to see them not rely on somebody else turning it over. I want to see them making a spectacular play where it's a takeaway rather than just a turnover.
Yeah, well, we call that a giveaway. A giveaway versus a takeaway.
Yeah.
And you're exactly right, Nick. If we don't get back to what we used to do, Terrell Farley, we talk all, he gives me so much crap about him having just as many touchdowns and he played on black shirts than I did, and I played on the offensive side of the ball. But you got to take your hat off and give credit where credit is due. The playmakers make plays. Special players make special plays in special moments.
Yeah.
And so somebody has got to be a special player. You take away Jeff Sims, ask yourself, who's been a special player on offense? If you take him away, you can't name anybody.
I also think there's been so few sparks, and I don't know necessarily if speaking specifically of Jeff Sims, has he made enough plays to negate the poor mistakes in decision making?
No.
There hasn't. A lot of guys on offense need to step up, right? We've seen a few good throws from Jeff Sims. We need receivers, as Toby was saying, to step up and make a catch, right? We can think of the blatant 3rd down and long that Nebraska's offense was in. Good throw by Jeff Sims against Colorado. Alex Bullock, it goes off his chest plate and hits the turf. You can't have that, right? No. Because that stalls your offense, but then that also hurts Jeff Sims getting into a rhythm throughout the course of the game. It's a well-oiled, it needs to be a well-oiled machine. And these next 2 weeks, absolutely crucial before you get into the bulk of Big Ten play.
Go ahead, Toby.
I agree. Even on that facets of what we were talking about was trying to get these players, and I just still say it again, at the helm of this whole thing is our quarterback play. And at the end of the day, do you make mistakes? Do you hurt us or do you help us? Guess what? You can have blocks not being made. You can have execution not being rendered. But I tell you what, if you hand the ball over at any given time, that turnover is obvious and it hurts prevalent right now for the Huskers. So trying to get him to play a more commander role as a quarterback and for him to be more efficient in what he is. So that's my biggest thing in this situation, trying to be able to fight past those elements that we've already proven that we need help on all the way through.
All right, guys, we got to hit the break. Once again, shout out to Ben Bleicher of PRG and Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you need someone you can trust. Contact Ben and the team at Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador today to start the process. 402-419-6309. Gentlemen, VJ, I know you don't do predictions. Terrell, Toby?
Well, go to them. And then
I was going to say, yeah, go ahead, gentlemen. Go ahead.
Nebraska, 28-3.
There you go. Toby, what you got for us?
Well, that's tough. I still say Nebraska by 2 touchdowns. I'll say that. I can't really say verbatim, but I know right now, if we do it right, it'll be Nebraska by 2 touchdowns. Is that better or no?
Right.
That's safe.
Nick, what do you say?
Oh, man. I think Nebraska wins by 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
I'm going to go back on my saying when I say it every week. The team that makes the less mistakes, if you win in offense, defense, special teams, and you don't turn the ball over and you do get some takeaways that we're talking about and you don't give it away.
Not giveaways.
Not give it away.
Not giving it away.
Take it away.
Takeaways.
I think we win and we win in the landslide. If you start giving the ball away and you start being like Santa Claus before you know it, the game would be in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes to go, and we were asking ourselves again, how did we lose another 1-score game? So let's get excited about it. I don't think that's going to happen. 6 o'clock is the kick. We are at our new digs. It's beautiful.
We're playing around with the camera. You guys see that?
Beautiful.
Look at that. How about that?
I didn't even see
I'm telling you guys. I mean,
we gotta get a TV right here.
Hey, here's the thing.
Are we getting a TV here?
We can get. Toby up and close. We can zoom in. We can do all that fun stuff with it.
We need a TV here because I can't see.
We can do all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
so
I want to see my great looking mug on TV.
You were just talking, so that's why it wasn't up there. That's why you didn't see it.
Who's up next?
Up next, it's Amon and Strick. So I saw Stricky. I haven't seen Amon. I haven't seen AG quite yet. So AD, Raf, and their families are in the building. Here they are, and so we got a full crew on deck. VJ, you and I are going to be seeing each other down at the stadium, man.
Are you going to do photos or are you going to be up in the box?
No, I'll be up in the box.
I'm sorry. I'll come up and eat.
Oh, man.
I'll come up and eat at halftime. But I like to be out there where the
I'll be out there
action is going
pregame.
on.
I'll be out there pregame.
Breathing it.
Good luck with your Chick-fil-A burgers.
Hey, what are you making, Terrell? You said food at the house. What's on the menu, man?
Jerk pork chops and little jerk chicken and some pasta.
All right.
Rasta pasta. That's his
No
deal.
Rasta pasta. It's a cold salad pasta.
All right, fellas, send it to break. We got to get out of here.
Hey, listen, you are listening to the Captain Show pregame show on the Ticket pregame show. I'm with
the Black Shirt
and
Toby Wright.
Who else?
Nick.
We'll be right back.
Go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete. Wellness first at 402-476-8619. It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group are Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215. When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
For many Nebraskans, fall means cooler weather and longer days that include running kids around, cheering for your favorite teams, and long days at work. The hours on your feet can really add up and give unnecessary pain and discomfort. At Fleet Feet Lincoln, they help find the shoes and inserts you need with their Fit ID machine, which takes a 3D image of your feet. If you're having trouble finding the right fit, visit Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77 in Pioneers.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Sponsored by Select Plumbing.
Oh, yeah. Once again, it is the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Now, it is E. Strick and Amon Green on the mics, the ones and twos with Rico on the board. Brought to you by Select Plumbing, now servicing Seward and Milford, in addition to Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area. For any plumbing issues, call Select Plumbing at 402-542-5319. Here we go. It's the first home game, Amon.
Yeah.
And the illustrious Amon Green, number 30,
Appreciate
Hall of Famer. Green Bay Packers, great. It's good to be side by side with you, man, as we approach it. First of all, in the new studio, and to be the first home game. There's some things about this first home game that is kind of has an eerie feeling to it. This team is, well, for me, this is a dangerous game.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I know what that means. In the competition world, I know what that means.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just one of those games that it's like you don't want to say it's a must-win game, but you also there's some things that you want to see in this game that is definitely different from what we've seen in the first two. So being that we've seen the first two games, what is that you want to see in this game that is different from the first two?
Just continue. I say, well, the only thing different in the first two, obviously, is that both of those games the guys lost, but they're resilient throughout the whole game of both games. Something I've reflected on, and everybody that we know around Lincoln talking about football and what we're doing here in the first 2 weeks of college football. I said, well, something I've seen in these first two games, even though they were losses, there were both games where I did not see the players not once put their heads down or have those body mechanics of like, this is over type mentality. So unfortunately with Coach Riley, with our, counterpart, Scott Frost being the head coach and their staff, those staffs, that's what you saw. You saw defeat on faces. You saw body mannerism that showed we're giving up. This is not it. We're not going to put forth that effort. Now you don't see that.
Yeah.
And I was watching Coach Rule in his post-practice interview. I think it was yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, if not the day before. He said, what's going on? He said, I'm thinking positively about everything. Yeah, we lost, but this is what I'm going to learn from the loss as a coach. And this is what we're relaying the same message to the players. So I believe that message is being sent because even when I see player post-practice, pregame interviews, they're saying, hey, this one day at a time. We got to, turn the page from that loss and now get ready for Northern Illinois. So they coming in this game mindset mentally, as we know at this level, it's 90% mental and 10% physical.
That's a fact.
At the college, any sport at college level. So with that being heard from player and coach, that means the message is being relayed and the players are processing it the proper way to get ready for every game on the list. And so this thing, I walked in the locker room this week to go talk to Jay and the equipment guys, and on the walls, I saw a paper that had Northern Illinois' logo, Nebraska's logo, and it said 1-0. So they're taking it one game at a time. One game at a time. That's what you got to have.
Well, one of the things that I see about this team is I think the defense is starting to establish an identity. One of the things is two good, solid rushing games. Edwards ends up having over 100 yards, comes into Nebraska with that same type of expectation. They want to establish it, gets nothing out of it.
Yep.
Very staunch early on in the game. Obviously, the turnovers give short field.
Yeah.
But their identity has been kind of a bend but don't break. The field position has led them to be able to give up maybe a couple of first downs.
Yep.
They're close to getting off, but then they'll get off after like a couple of opportunities at it.
Exactly.
So you see that that's being established. What about the offense that now identity-wise that we need to establish with this team going forward? And you've got 2 home games
Correct.
to be able to do that now.
Because in a loss, it's hard to find the identity, because sometimes it's like, did we establish the run game? Did we establish the pass game where we're getting points on the board? And they got points on the board. So they weren't blanked. But obviously the turnovers, the mistakes made, then, the percentages go down. And then afraid to be on the road right now. So they got to understand. And in Nebraska, we're on the road with KU last week, and now all that attention that it got. So I believe these players definitely mentally and already physically ready for that atmosphere, because this is home opener.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna be a little juiced up. Anxiety, nervousness. You playing it in front of the home fans. You playing in front of your family on the road. They're coming down from wherever these kids are from. And then, so that is that feel coming in the first game. Because I remember always that first game of the season being on campus myself, that first game was always special. High anxiety, and it's more excitement than anything, good or bad, regardless of what our grade of play was to now. It doesn't matter. That first game is different. It's almost like the first day of school. You geeked up, but you want to make sure you don't get too excited. You're huffing and puffing. That first quarter, you can't catch
that adrenaline dump.
Dump in you. So you just got to make sure you're focused. You stay within you
to
play well. And we've seen Jeff Sims play. He's made mistakes, but he's played well as well, as also. So he's going to be able, as long as he could come into his framework and do what he's supposed to do and do what's been practiced all week, what's been in the game plan, what's been on the run, first down and second down call sheets or a script. Just do that. Don't try to do nothing extraordinary. Just do what the defense gives them, and then defense take away many big plays as they can when they're on defense side of the ball.
Well, in this game, they're going to face Rocky Lombardi. It's a quarterback that has big time experience. Rocky Lombardi is struggling as far as in the passing game. Under 55%. With his passing game. That is an area I think that's pretty good strength for Nebraska. They do pretty good in the passing game as long as they get some breath. But the sack game of Nebraska, the intensity of this game, do they still need to be on the attack mode, or they just want to kind of just be resilient and let Rocky Lombardi make some mistakes, make him make some decisions, or they still want to be on attack mode on the defense tonight?
No, they want to definitely force him into mistakes. You don't want to get a veteran quarterback like Rocky. Like you said, he's been there putting up the yards, but also making plays for himself and his team. Don't want to make him comfortable. I always like the line, I believe Bill Belichick mentioned, let's keep the pressure on the quarterback. Let's make him, don't let him get comfortable. Because when he's comfortable, when a quarterback's comfortable, a guy like Lombardi, then it means he's going to take his time, go through his progressions. Nothing's there. Then he's going to, make the smart decision and run or throw it out of bounds. You don't want to do that. You want to keep him comfortable where you put pressure, you're penetrating up the middle. The run game is not there. So you got to stop or slow that down. Because this is Northern Illinois traditionally is a run school.
They
produce, go way back during my time. Remember a guy by the LaShawn Williams, or dang it, I might say the wrong LaShawn, but he was a Packer as well. But knowing that part, but they evolve through the time. So just making sure nothing gets established, make him uncomfortable, because then on the road, that's where our fans that's been selling out the stadium since we were here. They can then become a factor in the game, because once the road team gets behind, linemen can hear cadence, then they're jumping off sides. Sometimes the hand signals doesn't work either. So when you create that environment for the away team, that's where you want to be to win.
We're going to talk about that when we come back after a break. But one last thing that I do want to talk about is the running back room. You're one of the greatest to do it here at Nebraska. You've watched guys not only come in, but also worked alongside some of the great ones. Right now, one is probably in the doghouse. And it's probably Anthony Grant.
Correct.
Coming out of spring, maybe some fall. There's been an issue that he's been dealing with, and that's losing, the possession of the ball.
Yeah, holding the rock.
So now he's coming back home. Do you think this is a game where they'll probably see him try to massage his way back into the lineup a little bit, give him a little bit of opportunity to get back out there and perform and take care of some of the mistakes that we've been seeing out of him?
Yeah.
As a coach,
seeing the coach rule, how he works, and being a head coach myself, I coach, between high school sports and now what I'm doing on campus directing esports program, but I'm still coaching. When you have a player in that situation, you want to, and he's a veteran player on top of that. So you want to just, one, reintroduce him to the field, get him on the field, because one, that'll give him confidence back in himself. Then he'll know as a coaching staff, we have confidence in him. But also it's on a short leash because we can't turn the ball over. Regardless of how great you are. I got into a guy's doghouse my second year in Seattle, Mike Holmgren, Super Bowl winning coach. And I got in his doghouse, and it was something of a little bit of frustration because I knew that wasn't me. But I was young. I was just turned 20. I was 22. But knowing all the stuff that had to go around me, even though I'm at the NFL level, anxiety, nervousness, worrying about my plays, making sure I don't mess that up. And then on top of that, okay, my coach just put me in the doghouse because he thinks I'm a fumbler. Yeah. But I know that wasn't me. But once I got comfortable with myself in the league, comfortable with all that, and then boom, I get traded. That's part of the reason I got traded. But I eventually had to come to the point in my head is like, I know what I do. I know what I do with the ball when I have it in my hand. I know I can pick up yards. I don't put it on the ground. So I had to come in within myself.
That was an internal thing.
Internal thing.
Yeah, that you had to deal with.
So that's where Anthony has to come to. It's an internal thing.
Yeah.
Maybe he was obviously going through the transition, learning new plays of Matt Rule's playbook on offense, all the calls, the adjustments. And then obviously you got a whole new coaching staff, which wasn't a big thing back on our time, but now we see that rotating door. New coaching staffs coming in over the years, and then as we know, that doesn't help college football athletes or any college athlete for that matter. So with that, on top of that, you're like really pushing, man, I got to impress them. I got to do this and that. And then things happen and the fumbles happen. So right there, you just got to take a step back, breathe, and look within himself and say, you know what, let me find that athlete that got me this scholarship at Nebraska. Let me find that athlete that got me out of high school to get here. And then once he does that for himself, he'll be back on point and be ready to go and be somebody in that backfield that Coach Rule and that offense can depend on.
There it is. We're going to take a quick break right here on the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about the stadium, the atmosphere of the night. First home game for the Cornhuskers in this good stretch of a couple of home games between Northern Illinois today, right here this evening. We'll be right back on the A1 Ticket Automotive Tailgate right after this.
The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Accelerate your financial journey. With Kasasa Cash, experience the thrill of earning more with each transaction or the freedom to withdraw your cash from any ATM nationwide. Not to mention, no monthly service fees. It's the power of earning up to 5.5% APY on your Kasasa Cash with Liberty First Credit Union. Earn rewards beginning at a penny, continuing up to $40,000. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
Keep your planter. Upgrade your technology with a John Deere Performance Upgrade Kit from Landmark Implement. Choose from ExactEmerge, MaxEmerge 5, or MaxEmerge 5E electric drive row units. Take your planter to the next level. Improve yield potential and profitability without buying new. Get new technology, increased performance, and confidence from your planter that's already in your shed. Contact your local Landmark location to order your John Deere Performance Upgrade Kit and experience the Landmark difference.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
A fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to judsonirrigation.com or call Judson Bylene 402-420-6277.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Jimmy John's.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is the A1 Ticket Automotive Ticket Tailgate Party. Big shout out to our guy Kendall for being amazing. Probably I got him in the top 1% of people in Lincoln, Nebraska. Is a great person. AD, would you agree with that?
Yeah. You know what? The whole team there at A1 is pretty awesome. And first of all, this studio, Rebecca, big shout outs to Rebecca and DP. This station is off the chains, man.
Amazing. And we got Rico with us.
We got Rico holding it
The
down.
greatest producer ever. I hope Nick's not listening.
Even if Nick was listening, he knows it's true.
He knows it's true.
He knows it's true.
Hey, Rico, man,
He was having fun with the cameras before, so I was like, all right, bet. Now it's my turn to have fun with the cameras. We're just out here having fun now.
Rico, I'm gonna ask you this, man. What's the biggest difference for you as far as the soundboard right now?
The soundboard is pretty much the same. The lights are a little
we got
intense.
the lights on today.
There's more, we got those lights on, but the lights on the board are a little more intense. There's a lot more of them, but for the most part, it's a board. It's the same thing. The biggest change outside of, we have so much natural light and I can see outside, is the cameras. I could control the cameras right now. Like right now I could just say, hey, check out Raf and AD right there. I can do that.
Oh,
I
so
can
you
go,
can change it up right there.
hey, AD, look at that camera right there. Boom. That's you.
Wow.
Go ahead, do a monologue.
Wow.
Let the people know how you feel. What are your feelings for this game?
Wow. Here are my feelings for the game.
Just stare right into that camera while you do it.
I'm going to switch to Raf in a bit, but I actually wrote it down. It's going to sound crazy, but I did.
Where are my Raf's roadies at?
I did. First thing, you guys, is ball security.
Yes.
If you turn the ball over, you'll keep a high school team into the game. So that's my biggest thing right now is ball security. Second thing is right now, they're going to stack the box. Rico, Raf, they're going to stack the box like crazy.
Yep.
Raf, what do you do with that?
I'm good with that. I hope they stack the box. I hope Nebraska comes out, runs the ball. And then once those safeties start pulling up, once those linebackers start getting up there, your tight end's going to be open down the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Work your seams. It's not complicated passing game. It's like you're going to have your people over the top. Take your shots. It's not like we talk about the complication of the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, football is a very simple game. You bring those linebackers up, you bring those safeties up, you're going to have your over the top shots. And those aren't risky passes. You put the ball where either your receiver can catch the ball or nobody can catch the ball. So, oh my goodness, we've got like crowd waving. That's
my man right there.
This is the greatest day ever. Oh
wait, here you go.
Look at this. That's a Raf's roadie right there. That is a Raf's roadie right there.
Hey, Rashawn. Hey, he's not even looking. I need him to look at me really fast.
Oh no! Oh no! Terrell. He's still got a six pack.
I got him on the camera.
He's still got a six pack.
Folks, we got Terrell. Okay, first of all, you got some legends out there.
This is great.
You got Terrell out there, Terrell Farley, Toby Wright, Rashawn Jackson, and my brother,
Michael Wilbon. Michael Wilbon is in the house.
There they are. Look at him.
When did Michael Wilbon get here?
I love the fact that we have a crowd camera, though.
Take that, Colorado.
Because now
we got Michael Wilbon.
We can just throw the camera. Look, you can see it right there. Look.
Yeah.
You can just throw it right there.
Oh, wow.
We can see them out there while they're having fun.
That's pretty
while
cool.
they're partying.
This is the greatest day ever.
Yeah. I love it.
I mean, DP Rebecca, this is like I said it on Friday. I never had this dream because you just didn't think it would be possible that I mean, it's like a dream that I wouldn't even have, and it's like a dream come true. Like I am sitting on O Street right now on a radio show.
Yeah.
I mean, this is awesome. And you got two of probably the greatest Nebraska linebacker rover guys you've ever seen, Terrell Farley and Toby Wright standing outside the window.
That is like really weird right now. We literally have Toby Wright
and Terrell Farley together. I will take those two on my defense any day. I feel good about my chances.
So if you're watching on the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo Channel 951, you will see that we are looking outside onto O Street.
Yep.
And as they said, two of probably
the greatest,
the greatest, rover linebackers in Nebraska history are just standing right outside.
And I gotta throw a shout out right now to the official chef of the drive, Matt Nay.
Yeah, Matt.
Toby is mowing down that cookie right now.
Yeah, he's tearing it
he
apart.
made the best cookies ever. The best chef in Lincoln.
Careful now. Mark makes cookies. Remember that.
I love Mark.
That's true.
Mark makes cake.
Mark makes cookies. Have you had Mark's cookies?
Have you had Chef Matt's cookies?
I have. And you know what? I love you. I love you, Chef
I love
Matt.
Mark. I love Mark.
I love you, Chef Matt, but I will put Mark's cookies up against anybody's cookies.
What about Matt's breakfast?
Mark doesn't make breakfast.
Matt makes breakfast.
Matt does make breakfast.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, is it just me, guys? I'm sorry to deter, but these microphones are off the chains.
Yeah, you sound amazing.
Yeah,
Andy.
I was messing around the other day, and I was just lowering my voice a little bit.
Yeah.
You're looking live.
Look at you.
Talking about the Nebraska Cornhuskers today will be facing the Northern Illinois Huskies in a battle of red and HU mascots, going at it live inside Memorial Stadium here in beautiful Lincoln, Nebraska.
Downtown.
Nebraska will be looking for their first win.
Look at this.
In the Matt Rule era, starting what could be a backup quarterback from the heart of Nebraska, Carney Catholic.
What's up, Carney? I love
Heinrich
Carney.
Harburg.
What's up, Carney?
It sounded good, man.
Thank you.
It sounded
The
good.
best is when I like bop mow mow giddy up bop.
Let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys this, man. Here we are. Okay, it's Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois beat Boston College. Boston College battled it out with Florida State today.
Yep.
Keys. I already mentioned mine, Rico and Rav, that you got to take care of ball security. I already mentioned on the defensive side, third down conversion. Yep. You can't give them up. You know, you got 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12. You can't those. What are you guys, Keys?
I think my key to the game would be for the defense to play a complete full game. Like, we've complimented them. I mean, I thought the first half they played against Colorado was solid. I thought they played great. But today's one of those days where let's put together 4 quarters. Let your offense, like you said, no turnovers.
Right.
Let the offense be consistent. It looks like, Heinrich Harburg will be your starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Keep things simple. You've got the size. You've got the strength. Use that.
Right.
Get back, smash mouth football, and then let your defense take care of business. And I personally, I think Nebraska, they win, and I think they win going away. It's just a matter of, those players have got to believe that in the locker room.
Rico.
Well, for me, whether it's Jeff Sims or Heinrich Harburg, whoever's under center for Nebraska today, I just think they need to keep it simple. I just think, and I understand that you were going up against 2 Power 5 opponents to start the Matt Rule era, and you switched over so much of your roster. But and look, I don't want to make this a Colorado show, but you see what Dion did at Colorado, and they faced 2 Power 5 opponents out the gate, and they won both of theirs. So that can't really be an excuse for Nebraska. Like, oh, maybe they should have started with an easier schedule. No. If Nebraska started with TCU, they probably still would have lost. Like it's not anything with the schedule and how hard it is. It's just that maybe they thought that they were farther along than they actually were. Right. They did say the defense was in front of the offense, and the offense has shown so far that although there are moments where they can move the ball and they can look competent, ball security, as you mentioned, is a really big problem. So I think just keep things simple. Slow it down, let it go, and turn around, hand it off. Short throws, short completions, get all of your playmakers involved early and get them going early so that later on in the game, maybe you can open it up a little bit. Or if the ground and pound is working, you just start running it down their throats. You just start leaning on them, as DP says. Get your big boys and lean on Northern Illinois. This isn't to take anything away from the Huskies. You're bigger than them. Okay?
Say it. Use your strength.
Impose your will. Not to say that you're going to, throw them out of the way, but impose your will. You are Nebraska. Use that.
And you saw something at the end of the game too. You saw a connection between Harburg and Thomas Fedoni. So don't be afraid to go to your tight ends. They will be open. As long as there's college football, you're going to have open tight ends. I will go to my grave with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you both this now.
You've seen Nebraska's defense for many years get torn apart by tight ends. Not doing anything fancy.
Always open.
Not running down the seam, outrunning anybody. Not out physicaling anybody. Just just a late release. Late release. You're in there. You're blocking a little bit. You get the release. Nobody's there, so you're gaining 12 yards.
I'm gonna ask you both this right now. Nebraska finishing in the red zone. You look at the game with Illinois. I'm sorry, with
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Good game with Minnesota. The number of turnovers that happened there. You look at Colorado, the number of times that happened there with the turnovers. Finish in the red zone.
Yep.
So I'm posing that back. I actually am posing it back to you, Rico, and posing that to you, Raph. How do you finish in the red zone? Because we've had ample opportunities. And I'm not going to be one of those guys. And Raph, I was telling you this and I was gone all week this week. And I heard up in North Dakota where I was at, and folks were saying, well, man, what about Sims? What about Sims? Folks, we're going to say to you right now, don't boo our own players.
Yep.
I'm putting it out there. That is not going to help anyone's performance by booing an individual.
Not going to help the performance and not going to help the future because you got recruits in town.
Absolutely.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, not looking. I'm scared. If I'm scared to see if Sims is healthy enough and he trots out on that field as the starter. I'm scared for his mentals just because of everything you've heard from this from the large probably minority of the fan base. Hopefully large minority of the fan base, or at least the vocal minority of the fan base.
Enrico, we're all frustrated. I get it. What you're saying, I get it.
Yeah.
But bashing Sims is not going to help the productivity. I don't but go ahead.
No. I'm scared to hear what might happen if he trots out on the field, because I want to believe that Nebraska fans are better than that. And I know that a lot of them are. I know a lot of them are.
Yeah.
But you're going to have a decent section of those people who are probably going to boo Sims if he trots out on that field as a starter. And that's going to suck.
Yeah.
That's going to be terrible.
They're not going to do it.
Rico, I hate the
I believe in
bullying.
you, Nebraska.
Well, no, not believing.
I believe in you, Nebraska.
I just hate the bullying of the players, man. I'm not one with that. Rest assured that Sims knows that more than anybody else after the memes, everything I've seen online this past week traveling. And I got people around the country asking me, and I told Raph this, Rico. They're like, yeah, you guys are the best fans in the world, but boy, you were sure hard on your own. And that bothered me, man. And I'm just a former bench warmer, but it just bothers me that we are so hard on our own. Now, granted, I get it, though. You lead the country in turnovers. I get that. But, folks, now more than ever, we got to support our guys.
Yep.
Sims, at the end of the day, people say, well, he's making money. I get that. But that's still not going to help decrease the turnovers if folks are just booing, going crazy. All I'm saying, folks, class.
Nope.
Raph, go ahead.
I concur. And I also got to say this. Segment sponsored by Jimmy John's. Earn a free Jimmy John's sandwich after your first order when you sign up for Freaky Fast Rewards. Start now at jimmyjohns.com or inside the app. So Jimmy John's, big thanks for sponsoring this segment. We appreciate you.
Freaky Fast.
Freaky Fast.
Like Ramir Johnson.
I'm asking.
Ooh, Ramir today. That's a good one.
That's my boy.
I like that. Pick to click right there.
Raph, Rico, keys to the game, because we got Rico, 5 minutes?
You got about 6, 7, something like that.
Oh my gosh, we've only prepared for 5. We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Yeah, I want both of you to ask me. I want both of you to tell me this. Rico and Raph both. 1 key on defense, 1 key on offense. How about it?
My key on defense will be defensive line. I think Cam Linhart and Van Poppel, Riley. I think they and Princewell. I think those. I think those 3 guys. I think they're going to have a great impact on the game. I look forward for the next 4 years to have these 3 guys to have a great impact. And Nash, the polar bear, a defensive line. If they can get pressure with 3 to 4 guys, that's going to be huge for Nebraska's defense. So I'm going to go defensive line, and then on the offensive front, I am going to go with. I'm going to go with the running backs, because from what we've heard, for the most part, it sounds like Heinrich Haarberg is going to be the starting quarterback today.
More than likely.
So I want our running backs to take that pressure off the quarterback, tote the rock, get your 4 to 5 yards of carry, screen passes. So I'm going to go with the running backs. And like you said, Ramir, I think Ramir will play a big part in this game.
Rico.
My key on defense is forced turnovers. It's something that you haven't done in your first 2 games. I think if you want to stand any chance of getting this score where you feel comfortable and can maybe even throw in a Chubba Purdy, maybe somebody else, maybe get some backups, some run. Even if you don't have to be winning by 5 touchdowns to get your backups to run. But if you're up by 3 touchdowns with 5 minutes left, yeah, you can get your backups to run. If you want to be anywhere close to that, you need to force turnovers. I'm not saying you need to score on defense, but you need to give your offense, especially with how behind they were from the defense, they need more reps. Yeah. They need more reps in game. And the only way that they can get that is A, you get off the field on 3rd down, which is very important. But B, and something that they need to do, considering that they're last in the country in turnover margin, you need to force turnovers. Yeah. You need to force fumbles and recover them. You need to get interceptions. You need to tip passes and get in there. You need to, sack the quarterback, force fumble, all of that. You need to force turnovers, recover fumbles, and give your offense some more possessions in order for them to get in the rhythm, especially if you're going to be starting a redshirt freshman, first time starting in Memorial Stadium, first time starting in college quarterback. under center. You're going to need to give them more reps to get comfortable. And on the defensive side of things, I think my key to the game is to get the jack linebacker involved. That linebacker spot where that's supposed to be the playmaker, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Janarian Bonner came back this last game. He didn't play all that much, and Chief Borders, I barely heard his name. I don't know how many tackles he has, but you barely heard his name at all. So from that jack linebacker spot, you need more production from them. And this, again, not to take anything away from Northern Illinois, but this is the perfect game for this to happen. Hopefully for Nebraska.
Well, the next
is to get those guys involved.
I think the next 2 weeks are key for Nebraska. You have two teams that you should beat. I understand each team is, it's a game, and there's always a chance you can lose. But these next two games for Nebraska are huge to put something together. So when you go against those tougher teams, you know what you have. So I think these next 2 weeks for Nebraska they're huge.
Well, I think they're big in that. Looking at this game right here, right now, again, Northern Illinois beat Boston College. Boston College battled out with Florida State today. 31-29 was that score right there. And I'm going to say it, fellas, ball security is crucial. And I know we all keep saying that, and it's because the same thing that you see as well.
Yep.
If you turn the ball over 3 times a game,
you're not going to win.
You're not going to win, bro. And I'm not caring who you're playing. So today, what I would like to see, a heavy dose of running, and who our quarterback is, we don't know yet, but it's looking like it's going to be Harbert. It's like it's going to be him.
Yep.
Hand the ball off, take care of the football. And on the defensive side, guys, I really think that we're part of the game. And when it's 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 9, our defense can't give that up. In defense of our defense, though, pun intended, you can't leave them out there the whole gosh dang time.
No.
They've been out there so long. Rico, here's my thing.
But that also falls on them. Like I said,
It does,
you need to force a turnover. You need to get off the field.
Yes, get off the field. But I'll say this, though. When they get off the field and they get a grab of water and then right back on again, excuse me.
Bless you.
Yes, but what's up, y'all?
Don't be good.
So we got to play complimentary football today. It's got to be complimentary football. So I'm hoping our offense takes care of the ball, gives the defense some time, and defense take care of business, man.
Nebraska's winning by 28 today. I'm saying it right now.
Wow.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're going around.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, we got 3 minutes. So here, I'm going to ask you guys this.
I got like 3 more segments after this. So I'm going to hold my score prediction off for a while.
Raph, what is yours?
I'm going to go Nebraska. I said 28, so I'm going to go Nebraska 41-10.
You were really expecting an offensive explosion.
I think if they keep it basic and they do what they need to do, I think Nebraska can put up 40 points.
Now I'll ask you this.
Yeah.
We still have a little bit of time. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We still have a little bit of time. I'll ask you this.
Yes.
If that happens, Heinrich Haarberg next week?
Yes.
Heinrich Haarberg against Michigan?
We'll see what happens after next week.
If Jeff Sims is healthy next week?
If Heinrich Haarberg patches together 2 successful starts and puts up some points, you've got to stick with your hot hand.
Okay.
I'll say that. If Heinrich Haarberg has 2 successful starts, which we don't know if he's starting today yet or not, I think he is. But if he starts both of the next 2 weeks and he gets the Nebraska offense being somewhat productive and there's no turnovers,
If he gets it done, Haarberg, if he gets it done, you stick with him. Because here's my thing, you guys. It doesn't matter how much you bring to the table. If you turn the ball over, it negates it all. It negates it all, guys.
True that.
I can't stress that enough. Whether it's in baseball, unforced errors. Rico, you and Nick are in rap as well. You guys are way better than me on baseball, on the insides and outs of that. But if you have unforced errors in baseball, you have turnovers in basketball, obviously in football. If you turn the ball over, your chances are diminished big time.
Well, like you go to baseball. If you have a pitcher that throws 101 miles an hour and he's a freak and throws the heat,
negates it.
But if he walks everyone, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So what I would hope tonight, and I'm going to say this again, folks, don't listen. If you
Don't
see
boo.
a bad play, don't boo.
Don't boo.
And I know some people are saying, well, they're getting paid. There's NIL. I get all that. Believe me, I get all that.
You got the number one offensive tackle in the country here tonight.
Yes.
Don't boo. Don't boo.
Because that
Don't
deserves
boo.
for future recruiting and everything else. Encourage as much as you can. And believe me, we get the frustration. We get it. You know what? They get it too.
Don't boo.
They get it as well. So let's do our best to support them.
I agree completely. No booing. Be classy. And I understand there's a lot of people going, well, Colorado turned around in 2 games. I'll go back to Colorado again. What the heck? Since I'm here. But I'm telling you this. You take away Shedeur Sanders, they're probably in the same state as Nebraska is in right now. I've seen positives out in Nebraska. So I'm saying like this. Believe in what Matt Rule is doing.
Yeah.
He's got a track record. I know that Deion has stole the limelight because he's having that instant impact.
And no disrespect.
I understand that.
Absolutely.
And congratulations to Deion for what he's doing. But he's also got a transcendent quarterback behind center.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I keep on telling people. I'm like, I like what Matt Rule's doing. I think he's got a plan. He hasn't deviated from that plan. Follow that plan and do what you do. Support Nebraska. Don't boo. I mean, it makes no sense. You got the number one tackle in the country that he seems to enjoy Nebraska.
He's been here a couple of times.
Yeah, and that he keeps on coming back. That means you have a chance.
Enrico,
so be the best fans in the country that you claim to be. Do it.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you this. When you go to the photo days and you're asking those guys for their autographs, they see social media, man. It's kind of like, really? You want me to sign this, but you just booed the heck out of me.
Yeah, they know.
Well, you know what I'm saying, Rico?
Yeah. It's a little weird.
So fans, there's frustration. I get that. There's nothing wrong with frustration. All I'm simply saying is it's not going to help the cause by booing a particular player.
Support.
Let's just ride this thing. I get it. We get it. The turnovers, we're not going to tell you it's raining when it's not. We get that. But you know what? 28-10, Rav just score 41.
41-10.
Rico,
I'm gonna give mine later.
Yes.
But we gotta get to a break now. Send us out.
All right, everyone. We're gonna throw it to break. This has been the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. Remember, catch the drive Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. We love you all. DP, Rebecca, thank you so much for everything. We appreciate y'all. All right, we'll throw it to break.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness.
Caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Accelerate your financial journey. With Kasasa Cash, experience the thrill of earning more with each transaction or the freedom to withdraw your cash from any ATM nationwide. Not to mention, no monthly service fees. It's the power of earning up to 5.5% APY on your Kasasa Cash with Liberty First Credit Union. Earn rewards beginning at a penny, continuing up to $40,000. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Accelerate your financial journey. With Kasasa Cash, experience the thrill of earning more with each transaction or the freedom to withdraw your cash from any ATM nationwide. Not to mention, no monthly service fees. It's the power of earning up to 5.5% APY on your Kasasa Cash with Liberty First Credit Union. Earn rewards beginning at a penny, continuing up to $40,000. Visit libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Account qualifications apply.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
Ever wish you had another fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
For many Nebraskans, fall means cooler weather and longer days that include running kids around, cheering for your favorite teams, and long days at work. The hours on your feet can really add up and give unnecessary pain and discomfort. At Fleet Feet Lincoln, they help find the shoes and inserts you need with their Fit ID machine, which takes a 3D image of your feet. If you're having trouble finding the right fit, visit Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77 in Pioneers.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. Bread all day, every day, because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits.
We're back here on the Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show. I'm Austin Norman, back in the saddle, joined by Rico, who will have 3 hours of downtime if he's lucky at some point.
Here. It's all right. I'm good. We out here.
Getting them wangs.
I did not. Yeah. So shout out to the place that we got pizza and wings from. I'm not actually going to give them a shout out because no free shout outs.
No free shout outs.
But the wings are so tender. You just take a bite and the whole thing just falls apart. It's amazing. It's fantastic.
The one thing we don't have right now is some alcohol. But if you, listening, need to make a quick run, go to Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits. Load up on all your tailgate necessities for beer, spirits, and wine at Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, just north of 27th and Superior. There's been a lot covered There's been a lot to talk about with this team.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start, but let's start with this on the text line. It doesn't have to be 0 turnovers. 1 to 2 would be an improvement for Nebraska. I can see that on both sides of the ball, right? Nebraska so far defensively has forced 1 turnover in each game. Against Minnesota, it was an Omar Brown interception as Minnesota was on the Nebraska side of midfield starting to game. So starting with the defense, Rico, this is something I've been saying all week, and I think this is a good proving ground for it. The next step for this defense is to start forcing turnovers. You'll have to prove you can do it against Power 5 level competition, but this is a game that Rocky Lombardi will give the ball away, prove that you're bigger, faster, stronger, punch a ball or two out to force a fumble, and then take that forward, carry it into Louisiana Tech, carry it into Michigan, Illinois to end out the first half of the season, because that's what this defense is missing.
Yeah, I said that as, when I was on with AD and Raf just this last segment, one of my keys to the game was the defense needs to force turnovers. And if you're not going to force turnovers, you have to get off the field on third down. Like, I understand that everybody's saying that the defense, and this is something that I said as well, the defense is out on the field way too much. That's why they're giving up these points, is because later in the game, they're just tired. They're taking the lion's share of the snaps because the offense can't stay on the field. Well, the thing is, the defense can help out by taking the ball away, giving it back to the offense in a decent field position where they can score and get more momentum, or they can get off the field on third down. Instead of giving up all of these third down conversions to other teams, don't let them get the first down. I mean, it's easier said than done. Obviously, a lot of this is easier said than done, which is why we're sitting here in a studio and not out there strapping the pads on and putting the helmets on. I can tell you what you need to do all day. Doesn't mean I can go out there and do it. Doesn't mean I can go out there and teach it. But we all see it. We all know if you force turnovers, your offense will get more snaps. If your offense gets more snaps, hopefully, that's not always true because you saw Iowa's deep offense last year. Hopefully, your offense will get into a rhythm. And although Matt Rule said that the offense was behind the defense to start the season, which happens really everywhere, it seems like, if you get them more snaps, that will help them get into a groove and get things going easier. And that's going to be extremely important with a redshirt freshman under center if Heinrich Haarberg is to start. If Jeff Sims is starting, even then, you still need to get him into a rhythm because these first 2 weeks hasn't been the greatest for him. Now, again, like you said, you're going to have to be able to prove that you can do it against Power 5 competition, but this is a good start. This is a team that beat Boston College. Boston College kept Florida State on the ropes for a while. So I don't know what to make of that. Probably nothing, honestly. But, that is a thing that happened. So what you need to do is figure out a way to change that -6 that you have in the turnover margin to hopefully, it's not going to be anything crazy. You're not going to get into the positives, but, -4, -3. If you can force 3 turnovers, interceptions, fumbles, sack fumbles, force them to muff a punt by punting it really good and just getting in their face, like anything.
Seconds for station identification here on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Everything you just said plays together. In the back there, we were watching Western Michigan lead Iowa 10-7. Iowa puts together a little bit of a drive, but they end up punting from their own 40-something yard line. Classic Iowa move, first of all. But Torrey Taylor, their Australian punter, boots it. Iowa, perfect coverage. They down the ball at the 1 yard line. Western Michigan, pass, incomplete. Run for no gain, incomplete pass again. They're punting from the shadow of their own end zone. Their punter has to rush it. Cooper DeJean gets the ball about the 45-yard line, returns it inside the 35. And then, a play or two later, running back screen, Iowa's in the end zone. We know that offense's struggles. We know it's not a good offense, but the defense and the special teams played that complementary football we talk so much about that Nebraska just hasn't, right? If the offense is going to struggle, not what you're going for, but that's fine if your other units are good enough to make up for it. The defense, like you said, when it forces turnovers, it's either too late or too late in the drive. They've
Yep.
already played so many snaps, and then you give your offense a long field. So, yeah, at least you kept points off the board for the other team, but it was essentially just a punt.
Yeah,
more so than a
congratulations.
turnover.
Congratulations. You picked it off at your 10. Like,
Right.
Cool. It's great. It's fantastic. You kept them out of the end zone, but like you said, now, your offense still has to go the length of the field. And your offense is struggling. So they'll probably get, 10 yards and then punt it, and the other team will get it at the 35.
Right. And the other aspect of that, too, is Brian Buschini hasn't been as advertised. Sure, he got hit a couple times. Great. You want to average 43 yards a punt? Now's the time to do it.
Yep.
Whereas his punts land inside the 20, the best punters are landing them inside the 10 or the 5-yard line, right? So even just like those, couple handfuls of yards make a huge difference. Coupled with the defense giving up some just wild, 3rd and 8+ conversions on scrambles, or they're playing too soft. Receiver sits at the sticks, conversion right there.
You miss one tackle.
3rd and 17, and they managed to convert, stuff like that we've seen, not just this year, but for years with this defense. The complementary football just isn't there to the level that an Iowa or a Wisconsin of years past, a Minnesota had it, where they could get away with a mediocre offense.
Mm-hmm. And I like how you're saying complementary football, because it's not like you're asking this defense to be elite. You're not asking this defense to score points for you. You're asking them just to get the ball back, or just to get off the field and give your offense a decent field position, as opposed to, forcing a team to punt from the 45 or the 35 because they don't have any faith in their field goal kicker. Like, if you can force them to punt from their side of the 50, that's so much better than having them punt from your side of the 50. And again, it's simple. It's very simple. It's easier said than done. But Nebraska's defense, with the way that they have played, can be a defense that helps this team win games. Again, they're not elite. They're not elite by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, they're getting a lot of sacks.
They're better than the offense, but
yeah,
how high is that bar?
They're getting a lot of sacks. They lead the nation in sacks. Yeah, that's cool. You're still 0-2, and you gave up 30-some points to Colorado. Yeah, you held Minnesota to 13 points, but if you would have gotten off the field 2 other times, you probably could have won that game. So it's, again, not elite, but a very, very good defense that can help this team to win more games than they lose. But if you're not going to force any turnovers, and if your offense is going to turn over as much as they are, you're going to be in for a world of hurt, and your defense is going to be out there so much that it doesn't matter how many sacks they get. It doesn't matter how little amount of rushing yards they give up to opposing teams. You're going to get tired at some point, and you're going to give it takes 1-2 big plays, and you're out of the game. That's all it takes.
Depending on how time of possession goes today, I still might look into it just to see, throughout the last 5 years, how long cumulatively has Nebraska's defense been on the field, and compare that to some other teams. Compare it to an Iowa, to a Minnesota, because Nebraska plays the same Big Ten West quarterbacks, right? Iowa has the benefit of playing Nebraska's quarterback, but Nebraska has the same benefit of playing Iowa's quarterback.
Yeah.
Graham Mertz was a common opponent for both teams, right? It just always seems like Iowa took more advantage. In your opinion, Rico, is that because Iowa's coaches are better and they scheme better and players are in better positions? Or is that Iowa's players taking matters into their own hands and in film study and in taking an opportunity to make a play?
I want to say, and this is like the easy answer, I want to say both, but if I had to choose one, I understand that everybody wants to give props to Iowa's special teams coordinator and their defensive coordinator.
And Phil Parker.
Yeah, like they're fantastic. They're amazing at their jobs. But I'm gonna have to say that it's the players taking advantage of what they're given, because yes, and I've said this with Nebraska's coaching staff and players before, the coaches can only do so much until you get on that field. They can put you in all of these positions to succeed. They can show you all of this film. They can tell you, hey, this person likes to carry the ball in this arm, and when they carry it in this arm, if you punch at this angle, blah, 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 all this technical stuff that I don't understand and I couldn't even pretend to get into. They could give you all of that, and you could not use a single one of it.
No.
So I think it's the players who actually take that into account and maybe do film study on their own, get all of this stuff in on their own, have the physical abilities, the physical traits, the physical attributes to go out there, punch a ball out, the smarts to jump a route and intercept it and take the ball back for a touchdown, the brains to, understand when somebody's at whatever angle you can beat them to this spot. Like it's it's something that the coaches obviously are teaching these players. But when they're actually taking it to the field and putting it on the field and using their body, putting their bodies online to get to these spots and do these things, I want to say that it's Iowa's players who, again, whatever you want to say, Nebraska has better players than Iowa, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care, because as of right now, as of the last 5-6 years, it doesn't seem that way.
No, and it shouldn't ever seem that way, right? I mean, you look up and down the recruiting rankings, either all those services are off on Nebraska's players, or there's a lack of development when they get there. You look at offer lists time after time and see all these guys that are now being sought after, being courted by big programs. Nebraska, lands its fair share of them, and then they plateau. You don't see them, they don't get better. Again, maybe that's evaluation, maybe it's development. Of course, it all works together, like what you're saying. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on across the country. Bo Lever texted in about a game between a couple old Big 8 rivals for Nebraska.
Woo-hoo.
We've talked to a lot of Huskers. I'm saying let's take a trip around the country. A lot of eyeball emojis going on, some developing situations, maybe even some sirens. We'll take a look across the country, what's going on in college football, and then talk some Huskers to wrap up the show in just a minute.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space. Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Fleet Feet.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket Tailgate here. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Austin and Rico hanging out with you for the next 45 minutes or so. Ben also in the building, learning the ropes. Appreciate him being here.
What's up, Ben?
Okay, Rico, before we get to the scores from across the country that I promised the people, any guesses on tonight's game captains?
Oh, yeah, they are doing that. Not Jeff Sims.
Correct. I will tell you there is one in-state player out of the four.
One in-state player. If you give me an age, will it give it away? Like a class.
He is an in-state single digit. How about that?
Oh, Nick.
Nick Henrich?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yes.
Good one.
Yes.
Okay, you're 1 for 4.
All right.
And then from there, you have one more on defense and 2 on offense.
One more on defense. I'm going to go Ty Robinson.
Yes, sir. 2 for 2. Okay.
Okay. Now the offense is hard because I don't know.
No single-digit offensive players.
Gabe Irvin.
Not Gabe Irvin, right position group.
Oh. Ramir?
Ramir.
My boy.
Okay.
My son.
Okay, you're 3 for 3. You got 3 of them.
Okay.
Last one.
Thomas Fedoni.
It is not Thomas Fedoni.
Ah, that would have been a good one, though.
Would have.
Not
a skill position player.
Not a skill. Oh, so it's a lot. Nori.
Not Nori.
Ben Scott?
Ben Scott or Ben Hart?
Ben Scott.
Ben Scott. There's your rundown. Ramir Johnson, Ben Scott, Ty Robinson, and Nick Henrich, the game captains for tonight.
That is a weird group of captains.
It very much is. So Ben Hart and Omar Brown were game captains when Nebraska went up to Minnesota in a homecoming game.
Of course.
So I'm curious to see if that trend continues.
Away games?
Yeah. Give a player or two from that state, that area, game captaincy.
So Fedoni would be the captain when they go to Iowa.
Well, Iowa comes here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well,
Still be against Iowa.
Captain against Iowa.
He would. Speaking of Iowa, let's get to the national scoreboard here. Oh, I'm in the top 25 scores, but guess he doesn't have to look there for Iowa.
It's because they suck. Although, big problem for Iowa, before you even get to the score, Luke Lachey.
Crutches.
In a boot and on crutches on the sideline. I think it was at the first quarter, second quarter, went down and got tackled awkwardly on a catch. And just, he wasn't grimacing in pain. He didn't move. He stayed on the ground, legs on the ground, and just like tried scooting over to the sideline and then just laid down. You saw his face and he wasn't grimacing in pain. He was just like, it was one of those where maybe there was like a lot of adrenaline, but he was just, maybe you could like see on his face, it's just like, this sucks.
I know something's wrong. I'm not going to try to make it worse.
Yeah.
I'm close to the sideline. Let's just get over there.
Yeah, it was one of those. Like, it was just like a blank face. Like, I don't know what's happening, but I know this isn't how this is supposed to feel.
Yikes. Obviously wish the best for Luke Lachey. Hope he recovers by November 26th.
Yes.
We'll say that. Speaking of Iowa, they're they're up 14-10 on Western Michigan. Also, I did misspeak. They are at 25 in the coaches poll, in the AP poll. So my bad, Iowa. Sorry, unnecessary diss. I'll take it back for now. 14-10 Iowa over Western Michigan. The Broncos do have the ball on their own 22-yard line. Elsewhere in the Big Ten, it's North Carolina 24, Minnesota 13. Duke putting the beat down on Northwestern 38-7. Ohio State, Western Kentucky was close in the first half. It was 14-3, then 14-10. And then Marvin Harrison Jr. happened. Ran between a corner and a safety for a long touchdown. It's been all Buckeye since. 42-10 right now.
That's fun.
They're doing their thing.
I cannot wait for the game. I can't wait for Ohio State, Michigan. That's going to be. I hope they both stay undefeated until then.
They're working on it.
Ohio State
who has a better chance of being undefeated?
Michigan.
You think?
Michigan. The way that they play football and the way that their defense stacks up against really everybody else, I think they have the better chance of being undefeated before they get to that game. Ohio State, with how streaky their offense has been and with their lack of faith, I guess, at the quarterback position.
In anyone?
I mean, you have Marvin Harrison Jr., so really I feel like I could play quarterback there and throw like 3 touchdowns. But with that question mark, again, they still have great quarterbacks there. That's not really a problem for them. That's just who can lead the offense better. That's going to be the issue for them, because if their offense starts, floundering a little bit, although they do have a great defense, I don't think it's as good as Michigan's. And if they can't score the ball, they're going to be in for a world of hurt.
That they will. Sticking in the Big Ten East, you have Washington ranked 8th in the country all over Michigan State. It's 28-0 Huskies over the Spartans.
I thought you were just going to stay with Washington. I was like, first off, they're West, but yeah, sure, Big Ten.
Give me a sec here. And then even further east than Washington.
But I bet it's not.
Okay, you have Florida International, UConn.
Ooh, that's not great.
You have Idaho, California. Idaho is up 10-0. Now it's 21-17 Cal. You have...
That's funny.
Let's see, Charlotte, Georgia State.
Oh, I'd watch that. The Georgia State Panthers.
Yes.
Yeah, the Charlotte 49ers.
Yep.
Something Niners.
Right. Elsewhere around college football, back to the top 25. These are the interesting games. South Carolina led Georgia 14-3 at half. Georgia has responded, though, 3 unanswered touchdowns in the second half. I think it's easy to pick against Georgia to three-peat just because it hasn't been done in modern college football. It's incredibly difficult to do. If Georgia is to lose before winning the national championship, what's going to hold the Dogs back?
Nothing. The voters, the people who are determining who gets in the playoff. And I feel like they'd still give the Dogs a shot at getting into the playoff.
Oh, Iowa got a safety.
Of course they did. Ridiculous. No, that's the only thing that would hold the Dogs back. There's absolutely no other team really that they have on their regular season schedule that is going to harm them in any way. Even if they lose to one of them, it's going to suck. They'll stay in the top 5. And the college football playoff committee will just keep them at 5 until somebody in the top 4 loses, and they can move Georgia right back into there. Because the thing is, even though nobody wants them to three-peat outside of Georgia fans, everyone's going to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if they make the national, like, everybody's going to watch it because there's a chance you'll be rooting against them, but you'll be watching. And the college football playoff committee knows that. So the only thing that's going to hold them back from three-peating is the committee, and whether they put them at 5 or 6 after if they lose the game, which they won't.
Doesn't look like it. But a team that's already lost a game on the other side of the SEC, Alabama. This game just now at halftime.
Yes.
Had a rain delay down in Tampa, a.k.a.
Saved.
Dampa.
They were saved by the storm because USF was rolling.
3-3. Crimson Tide and Bulls.
The Bulls were rolling. They were feeling good. I think they got a sack and wasn't an interception, but they got a sack and they were feeling good, like a tackle for a loss while I was watching. And they were hyped. The crowd was hyped. Their sideline was hyped. I was ready for USF to score a touchdown and that place to just explode. But saved by a storm. Good job, Nick Saban. I don't know who you paid off to get a storm in there, but good job.
It works. Oregon State up a couple of possessions on San Diego State. It's 26-9. Beavers. Are they a model for Nebraska?
The Beavers?
Yeah.
Yes. Just tough, hard-nosed football.
Jonathan Smith, I'm a fan of his.
It's you and Nick. Just, generic.
I'm not as big a DJ fan as Nick.
He is generic name coach number 3. That's who he is. But
he's doing good work.
Yeah, he's doing great work. Hard-nosed football, big lineman, tough football, and you luck out and get an elite 5-star quarterback to transfer there from a program that didn't want him anymore for whatever reason. And now they can open up their offense to go along with a pretty gritty defense that they've put together under Jonathan Smith. So, that would be the model if you were gonna look at any team around the nation. Which I know people in Nebraska don't want to look at Oregon State. Some not so fond memories of the former head coach from there, but that would be a team that I would look at if I was Nebraska and try to model, as of right now, your team after. Because if you try to model yourselves after Iowa, you don't have that elite of a special teams and defense. You're not doing that.
Correct.
So I would go Oregon State. Yeah, you're right.
Other games in progress in the top 25, a lot of laughers. Number 19, Oklahoma on the road at Tulsa, 66-17 Sooners right now. It's 43-0 Washington State over Northern Colorado in the second quarter. Also in the second quarter, number 24, UCLA 45, North Carolina Central 0. Some games that are already in the books. We'll get the less interesting ones out of the way. We're not going to talk about Notre Dame and Central Michigan because Nick's not here. Utah beats Weber State 31-7. LSU steamrolls Mississippi State 41-14 final. Not much drama between Penn State and Illinois in Champaign, 30-13 Nittany Lions. 2 games to talk about before we get to break.
All right.
Florida State, Boston College.
Yes.
The Noles were in control. They were up 16 points or so, 16, 17 points on Boston College. Give up 13 points. Comes down to a 2-point conversion. Boston College doesn't get it. Florida State holds on to win.
Ooh.
Mike Norvell's seat shouldn't be hot at all, given how he's built Florida State. And yet, Rico, all I saw on Twitter was, well, Florida State keeps playing like this. Deion's coming. What are we doing?
It's funny because he's not.
No.
He has already said that he didn't graduate from Florida State. He graduated from HBCU. Because if people forget, he didn't graduate from Florida State. So he has aside from playing 3 years for the Noles, he has no reason to go back.
And apparently no connection to them.
And apparently he doesn't really care for them. So, I don't think Mike Norvell has to worry about Deion, swiping his job. He just has to worry about keeping his own job, which, again, like you said, he's not on any hot seat. He's done a good enough job in the last year and a half ish that he'll be fine. He struggled early, but he's fine now.
The other game I think we need to talk about, Old Big 8 territory. This game going on down in Como. Number 15, Kansas State on the road at Missouri. The Tigers walk off the Wildcats on an SEC record, but not Missouri record. 61-yard field goal.
What?
Missouri has a 62-yard field goal in its history, but not as a member of the SEC. So Harrison Mevis, don't know how you say his last name. He kicked the ball from beyond midfield.
So you're telling me he has a conference record, but not a school record?
Correct.
How?
By a yard.
That is ridiculous.
Because of conference realignment.
How close? Would it have been good from 62?
Probably.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, it was. I'll see if I can find the highlight and send it to you. A line drive, as it had to be at that point.
Necessary.
Yeah, it didn't land like just over the goalpost or didn't hit the crossbar and bounce over. It made it through.
He had a little bit of room.
A little bit.
He should have been like, no, he just feeling confident, but like step back.
Yeah.
Give me this record.
The Sunday Night Football tracker, probably I give it to him good from 63, maybe 64.
Whew.
That's Brandon McManus territory back there.
That is impressive.
I can say that because Raf's gone.
Yeah, that's thin air up in Denver territory. Nobody's doing that.
No. Other games to watch tonight. Tennessee, Florida. I'm surprised this is a game that hasn't been talked about quite
I didn't
as much.
know this
Big
game was
SEC
happening.
East game. Yeah, 6:00 tonight.
Damn you, Dion.
What can you do?
Did you know that the Big Noon crew, the board crew or whatever, the people on the stadium were out in Boulder, but the Big Noon broadcasters were doing the Penn State game?
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot they shipped Gus and Joel out there. That's funny.
So, I guess Colorado's kind of a big deal.
I guess. Bowling Green, Michigan tonight. You have Ole Miss and Georgia Tech. Does Wyoming and Texas hold your attention at all?
Yes, after what Wyoming did to Texas Tech.
Fair enough. Oregon, Hawaii, Colorado, Colorado State. The other games right now. Your college football playoff. Your top four.
Yes.
Georgia, Michigan, Florida State, Texas.
I'd watch. That's a blue blood Final Four. I like it.
You got some names there. Got some brands.
I'm not I'm not Bach who only wants blue bloods. I like some parity, but I'd watch that.
Florida State is a blue blood, but I guess they had that 2014 Natty, so they've done it pretty recently. I think Michigan, despite its long storied college football history, probably has the least recent success of any of those programs.
For a team with the most wins ever, they haven't won much.
They'd be the underdog. They'd be the Cinderella.
Yeah. Which is weird to say.
It's also funny to look at Texas's history. Like, it's really only been Darrell Royal and Mac Brown that have done anything consistently there.
Mm-hmm. But they've also had, 25 5-stars per recruiting class and, the first round picks, aside from, these last couple of years, first round pick after first round pick after first round pick, and they're just putting people in the league left and right. But really, it's mostly just the state of Texas, and people just hand it to the Longhorns. So
right.
they just inherit all of that goodness, even though they're not back. Could be back, but I doubt it.
Tater said you could definitely play quarterback for Marvin Harrison Jr. if you want.
Easily. All I got to do is just, I can't throw it that far, but I just got to throw it. As soon as I snap the ball, I'm going to throw it.
Yeet.
Again, it's not going to go very far, but he's just going to run under. Well, he won't run it. It'll probably still be underthrown, but still.
He'll come back through it.
Yeah.
Then do the rest himself.
It'll work.
You're going to be the Yak King.
100%. Dude, I'm throwing.
And don't apologize for
I'm throwing slant after slant, but don't ask me to fit it through a window because I can't. So you better get open.
Press coverage? Nope. I'm keeping it myself.
I don't know how we're gonna get those linebackers to bite up, but we better figure something out because I'm not throwing it through a window.
It's not happening.
Don't ask me to do that.
He's Rico. Ben between us. I'm Austin. We got one more segment of the Ticket Tailgate. This last segment, again, brought to you by Fleet Feet. You're on your feet a ton in the fall. Make sure you're in a comfortable pair of shoes to avoid unnecessary discomfort. Get your shoes at Fleet Feet, Lincoln at 77th and Pioneers. Use them to walk right past our window down here at 1040 O Street on can I do my directions here? It'd be the northwest corner of 11th and O.
Yes.
Northwest corner of 11th and O. We're out here. The windows are huge. We can see you through them. Give us a wave on your way by if you're headed to the stadium. We'll wrap up Ticket Tailgate with some final keys for Nebraska and Northern Illinois when we get back.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week. And right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Get all of your favorite restaurants delivered with VenueDelivered.com. One place for ordering delicious appetizers, refreshing salads, hot entrees, fresh sandwiches, and more. From Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, and all Lincoln Good Sense Subs locations. Download our phone app to earn rewards on all of your carryout and delivery orders. Available on Apple and Android, just search for the Pillar Restaurants app. That's the Pillar Restaurants app. Download today.
The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
For many Nebraskans, fall means cooler weather and longer days that include running kids around, cheering for your favorite teams, and long days at work. The hours on your feet can really add up and give unnecessary pain and discomfort. At Fleet Feet Lincoln, they help find the shoes and inserts you need with their Fit ID machine, which takes a 3D image of your feet. If you're having trouble finding the right fit, visit Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77 in Pioneers.
Back to the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate Pregame Show, sponsored by Yours Cheese Spread.
We're back here on the Ticket Tailgate, new studio, 11th and O Street. If you're on your way to the game, we would love to see you drive by, give us a wave, walk by, give us a wave. You can pop in the studio, right? The mill's here. The mill is open. Pop in, say hi. This segment brought to you by Furious Cheese Spread. No tailgate is complete without Furious Cheese Spread, based out of Sutton, Nebraska. Find yours today at most local grocery stores. I'm Austin Norman. He is Jake Bachhoven. Bach, we just got done talking about national games. Any have caught your eye so far today?
Well, obviously the South Carolina lead over Georgia was kind of interesting, so I'm kind of detailing that. Watched Iowa get their special teams safety, so special teams points check for Iowa today. Usually is able to do that. So yeah, I mean, obviously the Florida State Boston College game, as you know, as a common opponent for Northern Illinois, was interesting. Ohio beating Iowa State. Matt Campbell loses a lot of one possession games, and they're starting to add up. So from the beginning of last year, when he was one of the lead candidates to take over here at Nebraska, to now, I mean, I think he's pretty close to hot seat at Iowa State.
I think he for sure is at this point. I mean, you mentioned the one score games. Apparently he was going at it with a fan after the game today, which is never a good look, never a good sign. That's a guy that almost like Jeff Brom, I think missed his boat, right? Jeff Brom got a second chance to go to Louisville and he took it, right? He leads Purdue to that Big Ten West title. Yeah, they kind of backdoor their way into it, but they still won it. Jeff Brom is still able to jump ship, go back to the alma mater. Matt Campbell coming from Toledo, right, in the MAC. Yeah, did some good stuff at Iowa State, but it was relative to Iowa State's level. There was so much buzz around him for a handful of years. You don't want to say a guy missed the boat to leave, and treat Iowa State like a little brother, a little destination job, anything like that. But at the same time, there's going to be so little buzz for Matt Campbell at this point. He's either going to have to go back to the MAC if there's an opening, or maybe even the coordinator route at this point.
Yeah. Well, and maybe it's fair, at a place like Iowa State to where, you give him another opportunity kind of through this downturn, but I don't know how long the downturn can be, because you wonder if loyalty goes both ways. He did have loyalty in sticking at Iowa State. That's at least commendable. And then, but part of that is like, wow, he's doing that despite the fact, Iowa State's ceiling, how quickly they can kind of dissolve. And it's happened from underneath him. I'm not saying it's not his fault. He should be the overseer of the program. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't, if I got the chance to hire Matt Campbell as like a MAC school or something, absolutely. I mean, I think you would have to jump at that, but who knows? I mean, when I look at these college football scores and game to game, and we build all these teams up in the offseason and use 10 years of history, and all of a sudden they sound like they're so great. And then they go up against, a group of 5 opponent and win by 3. And, it reminds you just how all this talk probably builds up teams more than what they actually are.
That it does. Okay, you mentioned loyalty. How about these Husker fans? They're coming out in droves. We see them walking past the studio really all day. I mean, from the time you and I were here this morning to even now, people are filing past the studio. What's your expectation for the mood inside Memorial Stadium today?
Well, I think because it's the 100-year anniversary, the first time a lot of these fans are going to see Matt Rule unless they made a road trip. I think they're going to be pretty excited and pretty excitable. That being said, I could see the Boo Birds coming out, especially, and I don't think Jeff Sims is going to play. We'll kind of have to see how that plays out. But I mean, if they started Jeff Sims and he had a few turnovers, I mean, I think the crowd could turn on him pretty quickly. So I think it's optimism, it's joyous. But I think it's a little bit fickle. If things start going the other way, I think they could turn on him. Also, very much of note, I always pay attention to the secondary market. You can get Louisiana Tech tickets next week for $12. As game time approaches right now, it's like $106 to get into this one. So I'm trying to figure out, is that because it's the first time to see Matt Rule, the first game of the season? That is a much more of an opponent. That's gonna. It's hard to read the Husker fan base right now.
It sure is. You mentioned Boo Birds. What does it take to get boos today for Nebraska?
I think a close game. I think unfortunately, and as we just kind of said, there's all this narrative that Nebraska just should beat Northern Illinois, and I don't think that that's necessarily true. And so I think that this could be a close game if you see some of the same turnover problems. I mean, botched snaps, interceptions, staring down receiver, triple coverage. Because I don't know, and hopefully all that stuff changes. Everybody and their mom called for the quarterback change, except for Matt Rule, and that might be, in my mind, the other thing too is, and that's what I'm most interested in, is this quarterback situation. Obviously, I've said throughout it, I think that maybe the best chance to win those games was maybe to bring somebody else in. But if you do that, you're really working on a shaky confidence there for Jeff Sims. And I think that he's your best chance to win more games this season than any other quarterback on that roster. So maybe you have to fight through the rocky start. Obviously, at some point, if he turns the ball over 3 or 4 times a game, 6, 7, 8, 9, I mean, you're just going to have to make a change.
That you will. Multiple reports on Twitter that Jeff Sims is taking anywhere from 3rd to 5th team reps in pregame warmups. No ankle brace. Seems like he's moving around okay. But the report is Heinrich Harburg taking the snaps from Ben Scott, one of today's game captains, by the way, in pregame warmups. So that leads me to believe Heinrich Harburg is your starting quarterback. Let's say Heinrich Harburg throws an interception. Let's say he fumbles. We'll get to some positive stuff here in a minute. I'm sure you guys are tired of, hearing all this negativity. But let's say Heinrich Harburg has a turnover in the first quarter. Maybe it's not the first drive. Maybe it's the second drive. Is there a little, longer emotional leash from Husker fans for Harburg because he's one of their own and he's someone different? Or does it not even matter who the quarterback is? It's more of the same. We're upset.
I think one. I think it's one. I think if you get 2 in the first half or something like that, I think they'll start to just be pretty frustrated with the quarterback situation altogether. Because it has, it's hurt the rest of the team. The quarterback play this far in the season. Of course, that's been one guy, but you have to remember Heinrich Harburg, and this was a different staff, but this time a year ago wasn't even in consideration. I mean, their backups were Purdy. And
Smothers.
Logan Smothers, and obviously Casey starting. And
Smothers was kind of buried there for a while.
Yeah, but they wouldn't go. I mean, they just wouldn't even entertain Heinrich Harburg. So I think that he's done a great job of building himself up for this moment, or B, everybody left, and he is what's left. And I think I don't think it's A or B. It's probably somewhere in the middle there. But I'm really interested to see how he does. I mean, at least the tight ends probably are pretty happy. He looked like he's trying to get a little bit of thing going there with Bedoni, and that for some reason just hadn't been part of the Jeff Sims attack so far.
Right. So we talked a lot about how Northern Illinois could win this game. Really, it comes down to turnovers, inexperienced quarterbacking, and looking like it. Let's flip that around. How does Nebraska? I don't even want to say take care of business. How does Nebraska get in the right side of the win column today for Matt Rule's first up?
Play as disciplined. He's not a big fan of patience. I went into the season thinking I know Husker fans are going to hate it, but I think that you need some patience to let this thing kind of develop. This is not Bo Pelini taking over Bill Callahan and a bunch of great recruits. This is not, so I mean, you've had a long time since you've been bowl eligible. I think the roster is probably still there, but it's questionable at this point. You don't know if it's a bowl roster necessarily, and I think there's certainly some holes there in certain spots. But I think what we ultimately want to see is improvement. And so you improve on what you've failed to do so far, which is play disciplined football. Don't give up a whole lot of turnovers. I think if you want to do the blueprint that Matt Rule was saying earlier, you want to get to 250 yards rushing, kind of grind out, protect the defense, keep them off the field, let the defense do their job. I don't have any questions about the defense going into this game. But yeah, relatively disciplined football, I think, is the goal today.
I'm with you. That 250 rushing yards is a fascinating target number for me. Nebraska has run the ball pretty effectively until it has felt it hasn't been able to run the ball, really. And that's where, again, I go back to, I put Minnesota on Marcus Satterfield. I don't put Colorado on him to some degree. So I do think there is a commitment from the offensive staff to running the ball. If Nebraska is going to run for 250 yards, it can't be on 60 carries. It's got to be on, 40, 45, 50 carries, right? It's about, yes, the total yards, but also the yards per carry, right? This seems like a game Nebraska should be able to be efficient in the run game, average 4.5, 5 yards a carry or more. And let's bust a big one, right? We haven't seen any explosive element out of this offense aside from the one Jeff Sims touchdown run, Ramir Johnson's 44-yarder. But if you're going to turn the ball over, you got to make up for it with some boom to go with the bust.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, this is the type of opponent you want to see it happen against because you know, I don't know if Nebraska's got a whole lot of game breakers or guys that speed just is going to allow them to get 80-yard touchdowns or run away from the defense. But you know, sometimes you can be you know, even if you're not the fastest in the Big Ten, you might be the fastest on the field today. And you know, I don't want to negatively say that, but that's kind of how I felt like Marlon Lucky was throughout his career.
Sure.
In certain games, like you could tell he's the fastest on the field, and when he put up some big numbers. And so, you know, you at least want to see that today. And so I don't know, you know, maybe Ramir, I don't know if he's got breakaway speed against, you know, Michigan's. I hope Anthony Grant's one of those guys today.
You do. Explain.
I think that I mean, they just don't have that many playmakers. I think he is one guy that has at least shown that he's been able to do that. It's funny you speak of Ramir because Ramir led the running backs 2 years ago.
Game captain, by the way, too.
Grant led the running backs last year, and now Gabe Irvin's, you know, the starter. But in any case, I just don't. I think Grant is this hopeful option for, at least in my mind, of somebody that maybe can get to the place where he was early last year. Remember, he struggled at the end of last year, but they're almost out of necessity just because they don't have those game breakers. And I don't know how much they can do it out of a running game that like you were kind of pointing to, hasn't been too much big play. Some of the numbers have looked okay. Ramir's big run at the end of last week really helped those numbers. But I think Anthony Grant, I just hope that he gets another opportunity because the other thing is getting, you know, having that one fumble just kind of stick to him, and they don't, you know, if you don't give him another look, the further it takes to give him another opportunity to prove himself, I think the more he gets in his head and the more you kind of worry about, you know, how much he's going to contribute this season.
In a game like this, I think is the perfect opportunity for that. If he's third on the depth chart, he's third on the depth chart. I think it's a little bit of a risky proposition. If he doesn't fumble, then good. Okay, maybe he's fixed. Maybe we can start trusting him again. But if he fumbles even in a game like this, that might be it for him for the rest of the season. If you can't be trusted to hold on to the ball against Northern Illinois, I'm with you. He does deserve another shot. I wonder if there is some of that Marlon luckiness to him, because think about how good he looked last year against North Dakota, against Georgia Southern at times, even Indiana when Nebraska put that game away. Teams that he was clearly a superior athlete than, but then you go up against your Michigans, your Iowas, your even your Illinois and Purdue's, and he wasn't as big a factor. So I think there's some of that going on. All right, Bach, just about a minute and a half left. Your final thoughts and your final score prediction for Nebraska and Northern Illinois tonight.
I hope Nebraska puts some space. I think a lot of hopeful scores have been, 31-10, that type of thing. And I'd probably go somewhere in there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little closer than that, but I think Nebraska eventually does put some space between it. It's hard for me to see 30 points from the offense, so hopefully I'm eating crow by the end of the night. I'll go 28 to 10.
That's a very similar range to where I am. I said 23-10 on Happy Hour yesterday, and I haven't really seen or heard anything that would change my mind on that. I think it's got to be an efficient 23 points, though, right? Both of these teams are going to want to run the ball. They're going to want to control the time of possession. Northern Illinois, despite not having success, has done that. They've still continued to run the ball. So I think they'll stick with that. I still think that's Nebraska's best path to victory. So I don't think each team hits double-digit possessions unless they're turnovers like crazy, which I think would favor Northern Illinois in a lot of ways. So I think if you're Nebraska, you keep it to a 7, 8, 9 possession game for each team. You get out of, stay in town, get back to town, stay in town with a win. He's Jake Bachhoven. I'm Austin Norman. Big thanks to everyone who stopped by, waved throughout the window, throughout the show, and for our crew coming on down as part of the Ticket Tailgate pregame. We'll step aside for a little bit, but as soon as the game's over, Nick and Jay will be on air for postgame. It's been fun. Talk to you soon.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of
So let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax.